Welcome back to episode 330 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast.
It's your friendly neighborhood hockey-loving goofballs. Welcome to the Gong Show.
Well, it only took us about an hour and 15 takes to say one line and start the show, but how's it going, guys? Welcome back. How are you?
Hey.
Happy Monday to everybody.
Happy Monday.
Hope your weekends were your weekend was great. How was your weekend, boys? Good?
Yeah. Fast, like usual.
Yeah.
Philip.
Hello.
I saw pictures of you in a hot tub yesterday, and I have questions, but I'm sort of afraid to ask.
Ask away. I'm an open book.
So what was that about?
Well, I'm not going to kiss and tell, but I went away for the night to a little cabin by the St. Lawrence River. It was about 50 minutes away, and went with one of my lady friend. And yeah, we had a good time. It was good.
Nice. How is your cousin?
She's awesome. She's awesome. My aunt and uncle are going through a hard time, so we just talked about it on the weekend. Yeah. And we came up with a plan for them, but good family meeting. Yeah. In the hot tub.
Great.
The Greek way. The Greek way.
Anything to report, Baba Louie?
Nope.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Did you get up early this morning to watch Carson Wentz turn back into a pumpkin and the Vikings lose in Ireland?
I turned it on at the perfect time. It was 2 minutes remaining, but that would have been yesterday. Yesterday I got up.
Sure, yesterday.
I didn't watch it. I just watched the last 2 minutes.
Big week, boys. Saskatoon week. It's finally here.
It's jacked up. We can't stop talking about it. Let's be honest. In our group chat, we're not talking about anything else. I'm like 3 sleeps, 4 sleeps. Oh, I'm so excited.
Hockey Card Burning Man is on this week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone referred to Saskatoon as Toontown. I like that. I'm going to steal it.
That's a Roger Rabbit thing, no?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Phil, are you excited to drive around Savannah all weekend?
No. Can't just bust that out. Oh my goodness, eh? White glove service friendship. Now, listen, you guys all would laugh at me. Oh, you guys bicker like an old married couple, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, 4 years later, you're all like, oh my God. Now you know what I mean. Yeah.
You two are attached at the hip.
That vehicle is part of our deal with those Saskatoon boys. So we take priority on the minivan.
There we go. Minivan, we're so cool.
I know.
You rent a Lambo? No. For Burning Man, we go minivan.
Dodge Caravan Platinum Edition.
Oh, it's an RT.
I had to convince Louis when we first started going to the expo that the minivan was the way to go. He resisted because he likes cooler cars than that.
Totally agree.
But there's no other way we could do it, especially the first RIP party. So that would have been a year ago now. That minivan kind of saved our bacon. You couldn't have fit a piece of paper in the back of that we had it packed so high. And
yeah, then our CBSA agents, didn't they open the back and they're like, yeah, we're not going through that.
Because somebody had to bring one specific ginormous thing with.
This guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the hockey table.
Bubble hockey.
Bubble hockey table, yeah. Which was used. People played it. I thought for sure no one would play it, but they did.
Do you think that'll fit in the overhead compartment when we go to Saskatoon? Because I've been thinking about it. Oh my God,
Josh, do not bring that. I had a bubble hockey table for like 15 years in my house, and it got a lot of use in the first 6 months, and then I just put my laundry on it.
Oh yeah, it hasn't been touched in my basement.
Yeah, there you go. See, exactly, yeah.
Okay. Lot to get through before we get the show started, but lots of good stuff. If you have not already seen it, go check out California Dave's box opening of 26 artifacts. He opened 3 boxes, I believe, on our channel. Did a nice review of the product. It is on the Gongshow YouTube channel. And he's really excited, and which is awesome to see, getting the content bug, our boy California Dave.
It's nice.
So, yeah, those will get
better. Does a great job. You can see, just think 20 episodes from now, find a nice rhythm, a good cadence. Dave's our guy. He's the perfect guy for this.
Well, no shade on Dave, but I would have thought after 330 times doing this show, I'd be a little bit better. And sometimes it doesn't work out either. So,
Dave's passionate about the checklist. You know, he's passionate about new releases and modern, and he really, that's his thing. And even on his last video, there was a comment on there that said, I really appreciate somebody who cares deeply about new sets to go over it. I don't care. If the card looks cool, I love it. You know, I don't care if it's a short print or not, or he's the right guy.
Got to talk about Reloaded for a minute. We finished up the pre-sale for our Founders Edition, our first edition repack in our Discord. Was blown away and utterly humbled by the support we got for our community. I don't know how we can ever repay them for having our backs like they do, boys. But we, of course, will work our butts off to try to do that. And now the public sale of the Founders Edition repack is live. Links are everywhere. I spent like a whole day plastering the internet with links to find it. They're in the show description if you want to pick up a box or two right now in YouTube podcast apps, on our Instagram website, you name it. They're literally everywhere. We've already had to adjust some shipping to Canada in light of a postal strike again. So don't worry, we're not shipping Canada Post. We're doing it FedEx. So that won't affect you getting your boxes. And then a quick reminder, before you do go by, be sure to check out hockeychecklist.com and look at the checklist. We want to be very transparent with this. We want you to be able to see every card you could possibly hit. We're very proud of all of the 300 cards in the checklist. So have at it. And yeah, we just want to make sure that you buy a box with eyes wide open and there's nothing we're trying to hide.
And because if you get disappointed, we want you to make sure that if you do get disappointed, we don't think you will, but you might. And if you do, we want to make sure that that was your decision. So please, we'd all rather you not buy the box. Look at the checklist first, then buy it. Do the proper decision. You should be buying things with that mindset always. Maybe.
And going back to the pride in it beyond monetary value, because we've talked before with any repack, in order to have a chase, you have to have cards on the higher end of value and cards on the lower end of value. And we purposely raised the lower end floor, but beyond just what the card is worth, we're all collectors and our partner AMG is collectors. And so we use the cool card measuring stick. We're all, I think 6 of us in total that worked on this project. We had to agree that, okay, this is a good card. And
maybe again, say that. Like there's 6 collectors that looked at every card, right? So there's lots of cards I don't like in there, but I do like them because they're cool cards.
Yeah. I guess by like, I hope you mean that
it's not somebody you would collect or chase or PC.
Yeah, but
not for my PC. It's a good trader. Everyone knows Phil loves a good trader. This is 300 cards that are excellent traders. There's someone out there who really wants something in our boxes. That's a good way.
And if you did order, we plan to start shipping out early to midweek this week. We would love if you are willing and wanting, do a video or something like that of opening the box. We can't open our own boxes. It's the worst part of this whole experience is that they sit there and I want to, but we can't. And we can't even do it for like marketing. Like we've talked about this before. We've sworn that off because we want to be on the complete up and up with this whole deal. So I want to see you guys opening the boxes.
We need to see some people opening, please, for the sake of our channel, please.
Or send pictures. And then if you have any feedback, let us know. Our hope is that this will go well and we get to do it more. We have so many fun ideas. And I had so much fun putting these together. One of the best nights that I'm sorry because of geography, Phil, that you didn't get to participate in. It was when me and Louie got to sit and look at every card. We were like, it was like Christmas morning. It was amazing.
Awesome. Well, you sent me the pictures. Don't worry. Yeah, I was there in spirit.
Want to do it again. So again, and getting your guys' feedback is a big part of that. So, this is our first time. We don't expect to be perfect, and we'll take your feedback in earnest.
You have the guarantee you have is you have 100% effort and authenticity with us.
Yeah.
I can't sleep at night if it was any other way.
Only 300 boxes were produced, so get yours before they're gone. And the Founders Edition boxes, hopefully all of them will be, but these ones were hand numbered too. And so that's kind of fun.
I hope they're always hand numbered. Probably paid extra for that, eh?
I don't know.
I'll do it. I'll get Hasselhoff to do it. No, actually, you don't want him doing it. He writes like a doctor.
On to Rip Party. We keep getting more and more boxes for Rip Party. If you're in the giving mood, please help us make Friday, November 7th. I've got the right
There
date
you go.
now.
You got it. Good job. Oh,
See, you're right. We're always good with the effort, sometimes bad with the execution, but we try.
My father always said when I was growing up, I don't know if I should say this on air, but he'd always laugh at me and say, "Oh, my son, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, isn't it?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I don't even know what that means. I know what that means now." So the intention is always correct. Sometimes it's not the best.
Sure. I thought he said it's not appropriate to marry your cousin, but okay.
I said I went away for the weekend. I didn't say I got married for the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we want to make Friday, November 7th one of the biggest giveaways in the hockey hobby history. Spoiler alert, I got to mention it now, but later on we talked to Johnny Amendola, and he is doing so many generous things for Rip Party. One of them, though, is making it very easy for you to donate. So if you want a hassle-free way to do that, you can just go to their website, mintink.ca, and any box you purchase and use the code RIPPARTY and choose in-store pickup. What that will do is it saves you 10% on the box overall, so you get a nice little discount, and then they just keep it there. And you don't have to buy it and ship it to us or worry about us having to get it. It'll just be stocked away for Rip Party night. And so very grateful to the whole team at MintInk for extending that offer. And then
10% in shipping costs, man. That's a good chunk of change.
And then once, I think from our perspective, once we get through this week, Hockey Card Burning Man in Saskatoon, we're going to be pretty much all Rip Party all the time for the next month, and making sure that we do our part to make this event as good as it possibly can be. Phil, anything to report as the VP of box donations? We got a lot.
Well, we should mention Ed Lister, Discord Beauty, and Friday Nights with Phil regular. He won a box of artifacts on Phil's show last Friday Nights with Phil at 9 p.m. And he was very generous and immediately said, donate it to Rip Party. And I said, whoa, slow down, Big Ed. Sometimes we make decisions in rash. So I'm like, I know I'm very handsome. I know I'm on your screen right now and you're feeling good. I said, I want you to sleep on it and email me tomorrow if that's still what you want. And that's what Ed did. And I appreciated that. So he emailed me after 2 sleeps, actually. And he said, Phil, I've thought about it. And I think it's what I want to do. So congratulations, Ed. You're a stand-up man. And should we say what Johnny did?
Good job, Ed.
Johnny? Yeah. Well, yeah, we're just spoiler alerts going crazy, but I think he's going to donate a case of Series 1 for the new with Demidov Young Guns.
Yeah.
Thank God we're going to have professional breakers ripping through these cards because we're.
Yeah, dude. So no more cases. 3 a.m.
Well, no, we go to bed at 10:30. Louis stays up all night. Remember, that's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all good.
Speaking of Friday Nights with Phil, you guys had a great show. I think one of your better ones. And why don't you fill us all in? What went down?
Fantastic show last Friday. It was a little bit different than the norm. It was more of an educational guest. We had Bill Brasky on from Discord as well. Lots of boys supporting us in many different ways. And he came on. So I love comedy, and I make a lot of jokes during our show because we're just 3 buddies just shooting the poop. So I probably throw shade sometimes at Mario Lemieux as a joke, but sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. So I think Bill had enough one day and made his feelings known. So I said, hey, why don't we just squash this and come on the show Friday night? Like, it's always the best, right? Open dialogue. And then that's what he did. And we talked about Mario Lemieux, and he gave a very brief overview. I mean, as brief as you can about how great Mario Lemieux was. And it was very eye-opening. And it did change some of my perception because I was ignorant before, right? Like, whether it's funny or not, I'll always stand by the comedy, but you can always make a better conclusion with more information. And he provided a lot of information I didn't know about Mario Lemieux, and I welcome the good listener to head back and listen to at least that portion of the show because it was very special what Mario Lemieux did for the game of hockey and the NHL and the Pittsburgh Penguins and everything he went through. And it's I will admit, it's hard to say I don't see how he can't just be standing right beside Wayne Gretzky in maybe a shadow kind of way, or not even a shadow way. Like Wayne Gretzky said verbatim, Mario Lemieux is better than me at hockey. Okay, that's not verbatim. I don't know, but he admitted he thinks Mario Lemieux was better than him at hockey. Just got a rough, go. That's insane. What else do you need to know if we all consider him the greatest player in the world? So that was really good.
The part that got me was because I think Bill did a very good job of not just going through stats, but giving the context around those and explaining what was happening in Mario's life and with the team, all that good stuff. And the part that really got me was when he went through cancer. And I'm paraphrasing. You have to go back and watch to get the exact figures here. And it was something like he did 6 weeks of radiation treatment, 5 days a week. And the day after his last radiation treatment, he has an amazing game. But then what was there's 25 or 30 games left, and he averaged 2.5 points a game for the rest of the year, coming off of 6 weeks of radiation 5 days a week. It's it
wasn't an ingrown hair on his tailbone. You know what I mean? Here I am complaining. I hear stories like that. Like the guy had cancer, the big C, and he performed at a level of eliteness that we will never taste. Unbelievable, man. I want to. So my next move is to buy a book. I want to buy a book and really get into it. But that's going to screw me over because then I'll have to start buying his cards probably. And I don't really like his cards.
You don't have to, but you just might choose to.
Louis, stop it.
You never know, Phil. I think it's going to be your next big one.
Anyways, maybe. Well, I'm on Guy Lafleur now. No. I'm Guy Lafleur's my guy for vintage player collect now. So cheap.
Yeah, well, but you're going to be in this hobby your whole life. At some point, you might get around to Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely opened, put a twinkle in my eye. But anyway, so after Mario Lemieux, we had a Perchy on as well. Please go check out his channel. He's on YouTube. Check him out on Instagram. Salt of the Earth. He is he's the baseline of our hobby. He's a perfect example of a baseline of our hobby. California Dave, my sidekick, my beauty, was there as well, and he opened.
Perchy hit a card.
Perchy hit a Bedsy, the nicest artifacts card I've seen. He hit it on our show, only on Friday nights with Phil at 9 p.m. Did I hit a good card? No. No. Sorry, but it was a great time. We all hung out. I can't say this enough. The chat is developing its own culture and friendships in there. We're getting 150 people every Friday. It's just growing by 10, 20 all the time. And I'm very, very grateful for that. Very grateful. And I love you all. We have a great time, man. Great time. They listen to my rants. And Friday nights with Phil is a blast. Probably my favorite part of the Gong Show. This would be the least. Phil, I need you to sit down for 3 hours and move as little as possible. Okay.
I think though that I don't know how much we talk about the big picture Gongshow stuff a lot, but it just fits in our vision for what this is just a community of fun and that celebrates a hobby, where the other way to go, and I'm not throwing shade at anyone, but is to especially from a content perspective, is to talk about the negative stuff a lot.
No, I'll throw shade on them. I'll be negative about the negative people. Screw them, man. It's easy. That's lazy. It's easy. You don't think pick me. You don't think I, for 3 hours, could just pick every influencer and make fun of them? Dude, I would have a great time. But A, I won't feel good after that. B, I'll have to edit that smut, that crap, And that's around. I don't want to be in that environment. I never feel good when there's angst in that, right? I like venting for 5 minutes and then it's over. You got to move on. So these channels that are so negative, it's very that's a reason we all kind of get along and do what we do, because we don't like that stuff, right?
And it doesn't mean we don't address problems, but we just do it in a more adult way. Is that too harsh to say?
No, I don't think I've ever said that about me, but
yeah, that's pretty.
Well, Louis and I do.
Yeah, I try to, but I fail miserably. Friday nights for me are good because I can be goofy and chaotic, and I can rant and rave, and I don't. If you don't want to watch, don't tune in. Yeah.
True.
GP Sports Cards is the official breaking partner of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. We're super grateful for their support. The lineup for Wednesday breaks will be posted to the GP website, gpsportcards.com. Already is. So act quickly. The spots will go they always go very fast. Looks like they'll be breaking a lot of stature on Wednesday, so you'll definitely want to get your hands on them before Dave hears this, because count to 10. Done.
Good
California
point.
Dave's all about the stature. He gets the look in his eye, that crazy look of a guy who's going to spend all his money every time you talk about it. And, kind of circling back to Friday Nights with Phil, Grant is actually staying with us in Saskatoon. So what are you planning for Friday? Friday night could get this may be here's my prediction. It's going to be a total disaster or the greatest Friday Nights with Phil ever. And I believe in you. So if I had to bet, I'd bet on the latter. But it's going to be probably one like no other. This is not one to miss.
If I could have a perfect connection with Wi-Fi anywhere I am, I would have a lot of fun. That's what limits me a lot, right? Just put me in public, give me a Guinness, and that's it. You'll have a great watch.
Sure.
I don't know. Friday nights, I have nothing planned. Listen, I want to go to Saskatoon stress-free. So when it comes to 9 o'clock, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to do it from my phone. We might be at Jeremy's event. Maybe we'll be at our house. Maybe I'll be at a library. You don't know. So
can you use a phone in jail in Canada?
I'm not going back, Madigan. No.
You might be handcuffed on the back of a moose with the RMCP taking you. Is that how that happens?
RMCP. My goodness. Royal Canadian Mounted Police. RCMP.
Oh, RCMP. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah,
Royal
you know
Mounted
me.
Royal Mounted Canadian Police.
Do you know if Grant? Have you talked to Grant to see breaking on Friday night?
I don't know. Oh, I know. I haven't talked to him about that, but he'll be breaking Friday night.
Yeah, he can't
That's
stop.
what I'd
Won't
like him
stop.
to do. Well, I'd like him to go back to the house and do his break thing, and I'd like to hang out there. Yeah.
Are you just gonna sit behind him and flick his ear the whole night while he's breaking?
Yeah, I'm gonna comb his hair. Pretty girl. Pretty girl.
Boy. I guess I'm going out Friday night.
I can't wait. I want to be there with popcorn, just be like the whole time. It's going to be awesome. Okay, we have a lot to get to today. So one last thing before we get started is a reminder that our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, is a Patreon podcast. What that means is we rely on the support of the good listener and viewer like yourself. Oh, one note on the good listener. Don't share a lot of stats, but we're so YouTube-y now. It's like a YouTube world and everyone's living in it.
Mm-hmm.
September is the biggest month of audio downloads in the history of our show. So thank you to the good
that's
listeners.
awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate the support.
Whoop, whoop.
And very excited about that. So to support us, it's as little as $5 a month. You join our $999 support level tier, Future Watch Gonger. You get access to our Discord, our Behind the Bench exclusive show that comes out every Tuesday by our guy Neil. We're going to make, I think this week, one of the episodes he did a while back, perfect timing for the expo coming up in show season about in-person autos, and he is the master. He is the Yoda of getting the perfect pen, the perfect card, the perfect placement. You want to always go to Neil for advice on that. And so I'm excited for everyone to see that. If you want to support us, just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com. Search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. There's a link in the show description, both YouTube and podcast apps, and our Instagram and TikTok profile too. Oh my Lord, Baba Louie. What happened?
I don't know.
Phil, we
really
had, since, wait, it's Monday. We did a show on Thursday. We have 10 new members of our Discord community in 4 days.
Oh, boy.
What happened?
I don't know. Did you say something? Did Louis?
10?
Did you?
That's a record.
Yeah.
It's probably me putting people on notice. Like, what? You don't got $5? You spend $5 on nothing. You don't got $5. That's how we get them. We yell at them.
Well, Louis is going to run through them. We're going to shout them out. And for all you 10 new people, be active. Put yourself out there. Communicate, talk. And everyone that's done that has made tons of new friends.
I thought, what if we did get your first month free? No, and nobody would ever leave. That's the thing. But we'd get a lot of probably people we don't want in there. That happens sometimes, right? Yeah. Our community polices itself pretty good, and Mad Dog doesn't put up with too much nonsense. But sometimes people have a bad day. They complain. It's not, but we have a very good community in there, and we do look out for each other. So
this is really dumb probably for me to say because I'm going to jinx us, but Evan and I have talked about this, Mad Dog, a lot. How it's like there's not really problems in there. It's like you would think And it must just be that we're all sort of in the similar spot in life and have similar goals and want to just meet people, enjoy the hobby, and have fun.
Listen, idiots have come and gone. Let's not pretend it's been all sometimes
Well,
at the beginning
you
there.
canceled your Patreon.
Yeah, I know. But overall, it is there's so many like-minded people in there that if you're not around and some nonsense is going on, I'm so confident someone will catch it and it'll be addressed quickly. Just the social media these days, it's hard to find a group that you click with, And I really think if you listen to this show regularly, Discord would be a good reflection of that.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Lou, you want to shout everyone out?
Yeah. Let's give this a whirl here. Deep breath. Okay. First one is
Venom.
Venom. It's got to be.
How do they get the N backwards? That's what I want to know.
Venom. I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was neat. Oh, you didn't
teach us your trick in Discord, Venom.
Well, you can buy keyboard. You can download different keyboard characters.
I wanted to learn it from Venom, Phil.
All right. Well, I know you're going to chat GPT. How do I make the N backwards?
Anywho, next one. Hockey Nation MTL, which Hockey Nation Montreal.
Not a boy.
There you go.
And you guys say Americans don't know anything. Look at that.
And Maddie Devine.
Nice. Long-time listener. What's up, Maddie?
Hi, Maddie. Thank you.
On the $9.99. Outside Bumblers. I love it. That's awesome. I love it.
Great name.
Dank Down.
I'm down with that. I love a good dank down. What?
I don't know. It's just funny.
It's funny.
Here you go, Phil. You got Kari.
There's 2 R's. So respect to the R's. Did I screw up? I screwed up.
I think there's only 1 R on the screen.
Yeah, I know, but I screwed up into my notes to Louis. So sorry, Carrie. Carrie,
you should cancel your membership and say it's specifically because you didn't respect my name.
Or just ask for the month free.
Yeah, ask for the month free.
Well, it's our first. I think we only have less than 5 females in Discord. So
the next thing he'll do, Phil, is check in. It's going to be with a C.
Yeah. So. 2 months free then.
Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways, Ultimate Playmakers here.
Right
Austin
on.
Matthews joined the Discord.
Wow. Oh, stop. Didn't say Ultimate Failure. It said Ultimate Playmaker.
Wow.
Ooh.
Then we got Andrew and his buddy Andrew T90.
They signed up within 5 minutes of each other, and they were coincidence. Not
really.
Yeah.
So the Andrew T is only 9/10 as good as the regular Andrew. I like it.
Andrew T90 is the Terminator version of Andrew.
Why? I thought it looks like decimal point 90. 90% of the full value of the Andrew.
Sure.
That's how I view it.
And then, last but not least, we have Joey Kevian as a Gongshow partner.
What does that mean? That's the bigger one?
You get a little bit of promotion with it.
Oh,
so
cool.
Joey will have to reach out and let us know how we can promote whatever he wants to do, or he just wanted to contribute more, because we're still digging out of the huge hole, both emotionally and in the bank account from Phil.
Phil ditching.
Screw you, man! $40 a month you took from my son's belly. That I couldn't get him steak one Friday because
first of all, that's a lie. It was 20 US, which is I know the Canadian dollar is that.
50 Canadian.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
Babalu, what's the game plan?
My game plan for today is starting off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then we get into yet another 25-26 preview series topic, and it's
nice.
Top 10 players Josh thinks that need a cup, but they're not. It's not McDavid or Matthews.
No, that's good. That's good that you put that in there.
Then it's off to hobby news. We get into new product releases. The wonderful Phil's Gongshow Mailbag, and personal pickups.
Not a lot of barbecue questions this week, so you'll be happy about that.
That's good. I'm not reading them if there were.
Yeah, you got a lot of. You got to read every question this time.
Well, let's get rolling with the Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling and honoring every single Hockey Hall of Fame player that ever laced them up. We started with the very first Hall of Fame class in 1945 and have been working our way to present day. In the last 4 days, nobody else has died, thankfully.
Mhm.
So we can go back to the class. I mean, it's been sad.
I knocked
Of
on wood.
1963, where we've been forever now, it seems, because I think it's, again, the largest Hall of Fame class that was ever inducted. Today's Hockey Hall of Famer we're going to learn more about is Frederick Whitcroft.
Mm.
I was not familiar. You guys?
No, sir.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Frederick John Whitcroft lived from 1882 until passing away at the age of 48 in 1931. He was born in Milford, Ireland, and died in Atlin, British Columbia. Fred stood 5 foot 10 inches tall and played at 165 pounds. He played the rover position for the Renfrew Creamery Kings, the Edmonton Eskimos, and Kenora Thistles. Louis, big fan.
Mhm.
And would play the senior and professional levels for only a brief time of 4 years from 1906 till 1910. Whitcroft would be a league scoring champion multiple times. He helped the Thistles retain the Stanley Cup in 1907 against the vaunted Brandon Wheat Kings. Remember, the Cup was played in a challenge series, so at any point or some points, teams, if you held the Cup, it was like almost like a boxing belt or UFC or MMA belt. You could defend your title. Whitcroft would participate unsuccessfully in another couple of Cup challenges in that short period as well. And after his career ended, he became a goal prospector and a hockey coach, and unfortunately passed away at just the age of 48 years old from a heart attack in 1931.
How old was he?
48.
Oh, it scares me, man.
Yeah.
The old ticker, you know? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Why should you care about Frederick Whitcroft? His rise began in Peterborough, where he played junior and intermediate hockey for the Colts. Even as a teenager, his fan described him as lightning fast on his skates, dazzling with the puck, and a natural goal scorer who could take over a game. His legend in Peterborough really took off one night in the playoffs when he scored an unbelievable 8 goals in a single game to carry the Colts to victory and towards a provincial championship. Stories like that spread quickly in the small hockey world of the early 1900s. By 1906, Whitcroft had proven himself as a leader, captaining Peterborough team to the Ontario Hockey Association Intermediate Championship. He wasn't just a scorer, he had become a respected presence who teams wanted at the center of their success. In 1907, the reigning Stanley Cup champion, Kenora Thistles, took notice and signed Whitcroft for the season, reportedly paying him $700, a significant amount of money at the time. The little town of Kenora had shocked the hockey world by winning the cup, and Whitcroft was brought in to help defend it. During the league playoffs against Brandon, Whitcroft made an immediate impact, scoring 5 goals over 2 games. His contributions helped Kenora push toward another shot at defending their title, and his name started appearing in newspapers beyond Ontario. When Kenora lined up against the Montreal Wanderers in March 1907, the Stanley Cup Challenge, Whitcroft was part of the roster trying to hold on to hockey's ultimate prize. The Thistles battled hard but lost the 2-game total goals series 12-8, ending their brief reign as cup holders. Remember, it wasn't who won the game, it's who scored more goals in those 2 games. Whitcroft's next move took him west in 1908 when he signed with the Edmonton Eskimos of the Alberta Professional Hockey League. The APHL was one of the new professional circuits springing up across Canada, and Edmonton made Whitcroft one of their stars. Out west, he put up some incredible numbers, including a 6-goal game that had local fans buzzing. He also recorded 3 separate 5-goal games and even a 4-goal night. In the wide-open, high-scoring era of early pro hockey, Whitcroft was one of the best at filling the net. For 2 straight seasons in Edmonton, Whitcroft led the entire league in goals at a time when goal scoring was the currency of stardom. Still is. His name was near the top of every scoring table printed in the papers. In 1908, Edmonton took a swing at the Montreal Wanderers in the Stanley Cup Challenge with Whitcroft in the lineup. The Eskimos came close, but Montreal won the 2-game series 13-10, leaving Whitcroft still searching for that Cup championship. When Edmonton's pro team disbanded in December 1909, Whitcroft headed back east and was quickly signed by the Renfrew Creamery Kings of the brand new NHA, the National Hockey Association. He was reportedly paid $2,000, a massive contract for the time, as Renfrew, known as the Millionaires, tried to buy a championship. Whitcroft closed out his career in Renfrew by 1910, later coached in Edmonton during the 1913-14 season, and passed away in 1931 in British Columbia. But in 1963, he was honored when posthumously inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame as a player, ensuring that his feats in Peterborough, Kenora, and Edmonton would never be forgotten.
Wow.
Looking, again, it's hard to imagine a guy playing 4 years of essential top-level hockey and being in the Hall of Fame. But these are the builders that started this whole thing. So got to honor them. Looking at his hobby market, unfortunately, there are not any playing days cards for Fred Whitcroft. His career did not last long enough, I guess, to be included in the first sets, which started in 1910 with the C56 set, the year he retired. But there is a Whitcroft card in the 1985 Cardophilium set with Kenora there. And a PSA 9 that we're showing on YouTube, highest selling copy, sold for $25 in February of 2023. I don't know, Phil, have you found this card in your set yet? Have you even looked at it?
I haven't opened the box yet.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, that boy is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Frederick Whitcroft. Kind of a quickie today, but
it's good that you said we understand that a guy who only played 4 years doesn't really make sense to be in the Hall of Fame, but a builder and part of the what's another word to use for that? Like kind of like in the UFC, like there's a new Smashing Machine movie coming out with oh my god, I forget his name.
Oh, the UFC boxer. Yeah. That The Rock is playing him?
Yeah. It's not, I don't keep wanting to say Mark Bell. It's not him.
Kerr?
I forget. Mark Kerr, thank you. Smashing Machine. But he probably wouldn't do good in today's UFC and MMA and everything, but he was a builder to get it to where it is now. And he has to be honored. Whether you like him or not, he was part of that transition or evolution.
Took the league to the next step, right?
Yeah.
In order to get where it got to.
Very important. They're pillars of the sport, right?
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit more current and continue our 25-26 preview series, where, as Louis mentioned in our game plan, we're going to look at the top 10 players not named Connor McDavid or Austin Matthews that I think need to win a cup. It's part 8 already. We have 2 left in our 10-part series. And all this means is we're getting closer and closer to opening night. We're like 2 weeks away. It's crazy. And we're going to talk about players that I think would benefit most from winning the Stanley Cup. And we're going to count them down in order from 10 to 1, just because it's fun. And none of them are Connor McDavid or Austin Matthews for 2 reasons. First of all, we talk about them and their need to win cups all the time. And Phil's already guaranteed a cup for Matthews this year, so kind of makes that moot.
Oh, I'd be eating a lot of crow if the Leafs win. Imagine the Leafs won the cup this year and Matthews scored the winning goal and Team USA captain gold. And it'd be worst year of my life.
And then secondly, in the case of McDavid, we've already learned on this show, he doesn't need a cup. Cups are completely unnecessary, and you're stupid for even proposing the notion that it might be important.
Yeah.
No butt hurt there, eh? No butt hurt.
So we're not going to put him in the list, and, 'cause Lord knows we don't want to look stupid. Right, Phil?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've scoured the deep recesses of my mind, consulted my horoscope, and researched the pewter webs, and have come up with a top 10 current players that most desperately need to win Lord Stanley's Cup in order to help their hobby markets grow and flourish. And here we are, starting at number 10. So I put J-Rob at number 10. And here's the thing. Like, I struggled with this one maybe the most, in that, I got to be honest, even if the Stars did win the Cup, would he even get his due? It seems like that there's something. We've talked about this before. There's something with him that just isn't clicking, because if you look over the past 5 years, he's been a major point producer. He's got 168 goals, 393 points, and 371 games played, which is top 15 in the NHL. Now, his production has powered down a little bit in the playoffs during that span, 18 goals, 44 points, and 56 games played. And so I think ultimately for him to win he can't just win the cup. He has to win the cup and then be a major part of that, like really carry the team, be a dominant force in that, and that would really accelerate his hobby market. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, because if he shines like we expected and think he still should, he would be that true, like, big stage star. No pun intended, to help carry that team and give them another cup since, what was the last one? 99? Something like that. Not that I want Dallas to win another one, but
yeah. Yeah, I don't remember when did they win the cup. Was that it wasn't the Brett Hall one, was it?
I think
I'm
it
not
was
sure.
You'll look it up. Okay, so I put J Rob at number 10. At number 9, I have our boy Louis, Dollar Bill Kirill, y'all. Kirill Kaprizov. Honestly, cup be damned. I'd just sign a contract at this point. That's like a cup to me and a Wild fan, but yeah. Oh, and also someone should probably tell him that you can't win the Stanley Cup in the first round, because I don't know if he would know that coming from Russia, and that the Wild have never made it to the second round.
Well, you're cheese today. Hey, I love it. I like this side of you. Yeah, keep her going.
And again, that's more of a Minnesota thing, not so much about 97. But he is really good, and he started kind of old, so he needs to add some hardware, I think, to build that hobby legacy. And Cup would certainly do that. He would be a legend here in Minnesota forever if that happened, or I guess wherever he goes. Over the past 5 years, Kaprizov has the 15th most points in the NHL. He's been hurt a lot. He's played only 319 games. Does have 185 goals and 386 points, though, in those 319 games. And over that span, he's been pretty good in the playoffs. He's played 25 playoff games, which, again, points to 5 years, 25 games. Oh, yeah, you get beat 4-1 in the first round every year. He does have 15 goals, 21 points in those 25 games. I actually think in the case of Kaprizov, like if he won a Stanley Cup, that would be a big deal to his hobby market.
huge deal.
Yeah, he should probably get signed up, a proper contract, and then.
Well, he will somewhere.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, you have to put somebody on the list, but my brain doesn't go anywhere with him in a cup at all. Like, I don't even know where he's going to play, let alone win a cup. I mean,
yeah. But yeah, so wherever that might be, I pray
That'll be
Minnesota.
here. It'll be here.
I think he'll sign in Minnesota.
Let's go.
Yeah, I want it.
That time.
Yeah, it's got to be here, and yeah, go homer on it. I want the Wild to win a cup, and I think another thing it would do for Kaprizov then was probably make him not just a highlight reel. He carried. They can't do anything without him on the ice, so it could. It shows that maybe he is a true team carrier.
Winner.
Like, what kind of a person do you want to be, right? Do you want to make $15 million less in your life and have a better chance to win the Stanley Cup and still rake in $100 million? That to me is a show of character, right? Like, who cares? Your agent will never tell you to take the discount, ever. It takes strong character to take the hometown discount. And that's what
it's very. I think it's a little bit more. I get what you're saying, and I appreciate what you're saying, and I agree with a lot of it. But it gets a little more complicated with that. Part of the reason why the associations and the Players Association and the agents never want you to take less is because too much of that mentality kind of suppresses salaries over the long run, right? And so, like, there's an argument, if you're looking at it purely from a player's perspective, that every player should take the most amount of money possible, because that creates more earning opportunity for players down the road, right? Because when the guy that's better than Kaprizov comes 2 years from now, he wants to make more than that, and then that just keeps going and growing the players.
And then in 20, 30 years, it won't be sustainable, right? But we'll return to the cycle.
Sure.
And
which is why you need a good collective bargaining agreement that protects the players in both the league and allows the league to flourish. But so I haven't studied it, so I can't really comment on that. But to your point, though, and one of the big arguments or people that want to push back on Kaprizov a little bit right now for turning down the contract is exactly what you said, Phil, is that if he turns it down 16 million, which is already, it's like 18% of the cap, the Wild could push it to 20% of the cap, but then can you build the team around him? At some point, if you make too high of a percentage of the total salary cap, it diminishes that opportunity. So there could be a scenario where, let's say that you could make 20 million and you choose 16 million. Now that 4 million difference, what is that? I'm not an expert on salaries, but that's probably a second pairing, like a fourth defenseman, a really good one, or a third line winger that can.
That's what I'm
produce
saying.
some points for you.
The player would recognize that. And see, so I'm going to say something that might upset you guys. If that is true, him not signing that deal, to me, that just means he doesn't want to be in Minnesota. That's all that means to me. What else could that mean? Unless you're a piece of crap, like you're like, nope, top dollar. Like, okay, you're not a piece of crap. Just because I don't respect that value of a money doesn't mean that most people wouldn't. So I need to be careful there. I don't want to be too silly.
And we don't know the real, to your point, which is honestly, it's probably the most logical outcome because not only is it the largest contract ever offered in the history of the NHL, the Wild, because of how the way the CBA is constructed, can pay him more than any team. So even if you're making the argument that he wants more money than that, nobody can pay him more than the Minnesota Wild can. So if he refuses to sign, the only logical conclusion is that he doesn't want to be here.
Yep.
I think the only thing that should matter for Kaprizov when he sleeps at night is knowing he's one of the greatest hockey players in the world right now. The paycheck is a guarantee. What's not a guarantee is the dollars and cents part. You know what else is not a guarantee in a hockey player's life? Winning a Stanley Cup. What the hell are they in the league for if it's just to squeeze as much juice out of that contract as you can get, but you're on a crappy team? I don't.
Well, but again, though,
that's why I'm not a professional athlete.
But that could be, you're making an assumption about what he's thinking, and you might be right. Who knows what he's thinking? But think about it from this perspective too. If the season's about to start. If he plays, he has the only guaranteed money he has is through July 1st. He's just turned down $120 something million guaranteed. If he gets hurt, God forbid, if he gets hurt to the point where that there was a long-term effect that affected his ability to earn, he is taking a massive financial gamble. A massive financial gamble.
Himself, though. Lots of guys do. I kind of like that. Bet on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
I like that.
So,
I think maybe I'm just talking a little bit different, like maybe a different thing. Like, I guess this is me trying to be virtuous, right? Is this me virtue signaling? I guess I guess that's what it would be. Well, I don't know.
Just giving your opinion, and that's what the show's all
how,
about.
how much money matter? Like, to me, there's nothing that I'll trade my gold medal for any. If I ever had a gold medal, trade for Stanley Cup in a heartbeat. That's every kid dreams of hoisting that cup, and just to squeeze dollars out of these contracts by the end of it. I mean, but I'm not in that world. None of us are. I mean,
here's what the Agents and Players Association would tell a guy like Kaprizov. I'm not saying they're right, but I'm just trying to look at this from all sides.
Yeah.
What they would say is that by you taking the most amount of money, it not just puts the next superstar in a situation to make more down the road. It's the high tide raises all ships. That 5 years from now, even the entry-level contract guy will make more money. The 40-year-old veteran that signed a PTO will make more money. It will help. It will be the benefit.
But it's so net negative. It's just because look at any business, any corporation. If they don't make more money the next quarter, somebody's getting fired. What's wrong with breaking even? Everybody gets paid. My company breaks even. Everybody gets paid. Breaks even. Like I don't know. The disease of more. I got to figure out how to observe that and not.
It's a tough thing to balance. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing to add.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we spent a lot more time on Kaprizov.
Yeah, I hijacked that. I apologize. All right, I'll let you run through them there. Yeah.
Well, number 8, I think, is an interesting one. We have William Andrew Michael Jr. Nylander Attilius. Part-time hockey forward, apparently part-time Roman gladiator with that name. It is his real name, by the way.
Yeah,
it's not a joke. So is Willie Styles just that? Is he all show and no go when the lights are brightest? Well, he's actually been really good in the playoffs over the past 5 seasons. Probably the best Leafs player. I think that's a pretty sound argument you can make there. In 42 games in the postseason, he has 21 goals and 43 points. As 43 is bigger than 42, that means he scored more than a point per game, Louis. Not sure if you knew how that works, numbers and all. But
Nope. That's your job.
Probably the best, best Maple Leafs postseason player during that span, which, again, I think is fair to say. And he's been pretty good in the regular season, too, over the past 5 years with 391 points and 378 games played, 14th most in the NHL. Relating, though, the hobby to the Stanley Cup, if he played well this postseason and Phil's Maple Leafs win the cup, and like let's say even that Nylander gets the Conn Smythe, I
Mhm.
think that would give him God status forever in Ontario and would be a major boost to his hobby market. Can you disagree with that, Phil or Louis?
I think if the Leafs have any success in the postseason, I don't think they can do it without Nylander. And I agree with you, that would put him to God status. Yeah, he is by far their best player on their team. He's so ridiculously skilled. I think he's better than his brother. Yeah, well, I think most people would think that too. And he would his hobby market would absolutely explode if Toronto has any success this year. Yeah, he's that good, and he's got the swagger for it. He's got a
Yeah.
great attitude. Pressure doesn't seem to bother him. He's their best player in the playoffs.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. This
You
team needs what?
I was just gonna ask if you're a Willie Styles fan, but go on.
I'm a Willie Styles fan. I think he's a heck of a hockey player. I think the whole, yes, we know you got to pick a guy, and we didn't want to pick the other one, but this team needs a cup. The whole team needs a cup, and
Canada needs a cup.
well,
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Pump the brakes. I don't. Let's just start with Toronto first. But like you said, what did you say? Like give him the. If I could totally see if they won the cup, Conn Smythe would be his, and there's a reason for it.
Yeah, that would be my like if you said Toronto's going to win the cup and Phil got happy, and then you had to bet well who would win the Conn Smythe? I would put my money on Nylander.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, number 7, I put Mitchie Marner. Here's my question: will 25-26 be the Marner revenge tour to all the doubters that blamed him for the blue team's woes? Now he has left the blue team and gone to a good team, and he should probably make them a lot better. Over the past 5 years, guys, in the regular season, Mitch has the 7th most points in the NHL.
Yeah, no, he had over 100 points last year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Matt, like I'll keep it simple. My opinion on Marner: if he has any success in Vegas, instant vindication, instant.
Yeah.
He's. I'm very happy he's Canadian. I'm very happy he's going to be on Team Canada. I'm happy he's off the Leafs. I'm still going to make fun of him, but way less. Like way less.
Mm-hmm.
He's finished puberty now in my book, so that's good. And he's probably the best passer in the world. I mean, well, he's up there, top 3.
Do you think there's something to the fact that being removed from the pressure of being in Toronto to Vegas, where on a scale of, I guess, relatively nobody cares compared to Toronto, that he might actually be a lot better, right? Because
Vegas card collector will care. You're gonna get a.
Well,
you're gonna get a
I know,
shot there.
but think of the
He
meat
doesn't count,
grinder
though.
this guy's been in the press and
Yeah.
with all the scrutiny, and he'll be so light on his feet, not having to worry about that there's a chance has the best year of his career.
I agree. I completely agree. And his smoke show wife, he gets at home. I'm sure home life will be more calm. They can actually go to the grocery store without getting the attention. Well, I'd probably keep her at home, but yeah, I think this is a great start for him. I'm happy for him to see what he can do. And man, you have a good year. You have a good first few games. The Toronto thing's past you. It's past you. Let the blue team fans boo you when you go there and just pop in a hat trick, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be good.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't slump out. I hope you're him leaving the pressure and being able to do whatever his thing is a good thing for him. Sometimes I worry. Some players need a Montreal market, a Toronto market. They
need that push to it.
Mm-hmm.
But from like the American perspective, it's like they say being a quarterback on one of the New York teams. It's like the most pressure you could ever face versus being the quarterback in Arizona or something like that, right? It's just a whole different scale. And if you just like look at points, Marner hasn't been horrible in the playoffs. He's got 42 points in 45 games, only 8 goals. This was really interesting as I was researching him for this segment. The biggest, I think the most indelible thing that a lot of people, especially with recency bias, that people remember about Marner is the 2023 playoffs, Game 7 against Boston, where the optics were bad, where Pasta launches out of the out of the bench and kind of blows by Marner and goes and scores the game-winning goal. And I remember like Troy lost his mind at the time. What I thought was interesting is that a lot of like credible NHL people have after that, which I didn't see, came out and defended him, like Paul Maurice from the Florida Panthers, Adam Oates, the Hall of Fame player, and said that optics aside, that was not Pasta was not Marner's responsibility in that case,
Interesting.
and sort of defended him in that regard. So right, wrong, good, bad, or indifferent, he did become though kind of the scapegoat for the Maple Leafs playoff woes, and something did need to change, and it turns out that it was Marner who changed, but now he's on to
It's his
Vegas.
fault. And I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. As a guy who's Jason Spezza was picked on. I mean, coming from any Canadian market, you got a whipping boy, right? And you could see it. I mean, I piled on. Don't get me wrong. I'll take full advantage. But I don't think it was all his fault.
Well, you can make the argument that the Golden Knights were a top cup contender without him, and now adding him, boy, I'm not a Golden Knights fan, but it's
just awkward.
Tough to beat.
I think the spotlight makes it awkward for all of them. Like, remember the poor guy, like all the media and the spectators, the fans are all kind of wanting to see some visible leadership, I guess. And then there's that clip of Marner being like, "Come on, guys, let's go, guys." It kind of falls flat, you know. And I don't feel that was I felt for him there. I made fun of him too, but he tried to rally the troops, but he's not a born leader in that moment. Maybe he
I don't think he needs to be in Vegas. He just needs to play hockey. And
I think he's a contributor, not a leader. And I think people in Toronto wanted him to be a leader, and you can't turn somebody into that. So I wish him not the man. Listen, I need him to be good for the Olympics. So I'm wishing nothing but the best and positivity for Marner in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You worried about Vegas and with Marner on him, Louis? It's like make him pretty tough.
Yeah, I'm not. I dislike Vegas even more now.
Ooh, spicy. Okay,
Spicy.
Number 6. So if Quinn Hughes is going to get more respect on that name, and further prove he is in Makarian territory, word I just made up, he needs some hardware, I think, to build on that legacy. Only the aforementioned Makar has more points by a blue liner in the past 5 seasons than Hughes. So in 360 games played, Brother Quinn has scored 51 goals, added 302 apples for 353 points, just a whisker under 1 point per game. If you're keeping score, Makar has 378 points in 338 games in that span. Now, Q Hughes did win the Norris Trophy in 2024, also was an NHL first All-Star team selection that year. He, of course, is the captain of the Nucks, and I think he needs a cup to help his hobby case. Here's my biggest question, though. I say this while laughing, trying to laugh. Who has a better chance of winning the Stanley Cup ever, Vancouver or Minnesota?
If
you had to make a futures bet on that one.
Sorry, I'd probably go Vancouver, guys.
Oh, yeah. Might not be wrong. What do you think,
The
Louis?
Kaprizov thing is a bit of your Achilles heel. It's going to take all your salary, and who's going to support him? And oh my god,
I don't know. I can't. I can't answer that. It's sad for both of them.
That's a good answer.
Well, to your point though, Phil, if Kaprizov leaves, our franchise could set back a minimum of 5 years, maybe 10 years. So that's
I just think you could get so much back for him. That's such a fat contract, and I'm 90% of this whole thing. I was like, no, you got to sign him. You got to sign him. But I'm glad we didn't sign Erik Karlsson. Tell you that worked out to our favor.
Look what happened. Well, that's the other thing too. On these big deals, you focus on what the player is like now, but on the back half of that deal, when they're in their mid to late 30s and half of the player they were, that can be a little problematic. But back to Hughes, though, is he, in your guys' estimation, like mine, the NHL defenseman that could most benefit from a Stanley Cup to amp up his hobby?
Yes, I would probably have to agree with
Absolutely.
that. Well, because people think he's already as good as Cale Makar, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I do not see that. I'd say he's top 3 best defenseman in the league, but Cale Makar is like 1, and the number 2 is very, very far back. So
because Makar is already not just the best defenseman today, but he is in the all-time conversation already.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Hughes is awesome too, right? Like, what did he get last year? Like 80 points in like 70 games. He's ridiculous, So he's a very cerebral type of player. His ceiling is still high, and he can still. I think this year is going to be very telling, very, very telling. We'll see how Quinn Hughes does.
Yes,
he'll be fine, but he won't get a cup.
Nope.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
Got it in early today, Baba Louie.
Good job.
Number 5, we have Connor Hellebuck, who's the only goaltender I put on the list. We've talked already about the regular season versus the big stage, but I've actually never looked and compared the stats, and so I was excited to do that. So we'll start with regular season. Over the past 5 years, no NHL goalie has more wins than Hellebuck's 174. He also leads the NHL with 25 shutouts over that span. His 2.49 goals against is 5th best for goalies that have played more than 100 games in the past 5 seasons, and his .918 save percentage is 3rd best. Since 2020, he's won 3 Vezina trophies, 2 William N. Jennings trophies, been an NHL first-team All-Star selection 3 times, won the Hart Trophy last year, and then in the playoffs. Over the past 5 seasons, Hellebuck is 12-19 in 31 games played, 3.21 goals against, .890 save percentage. Not quite the same results from a production standpoint. And given all the regular season success, let's just say, like, I think if you put that gold medal Stanley Cup combo to Hellebuck, we have a big hobby goalie chase at that point.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree, man. Come on. Back-to-back Vezinas the guy's had. It's ridiculous. And what's the biggest knock on him? He's not clutch. Right. He doesn't perform well. So winning a cup would destroy that. That's the highest level of sportsmanship in a highlighted moment that you would have to do. And he's American. How many American goalies have won cups? I mean, who do we got? Like Mike Richter, Jonathan Quick.
True. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anybody else. Did Brasso win one? I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It would launch his hobby market and his career. He would be a legend. He would be an instant legend.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It'd be fun to have another awesome goalie chase again, because it's kind of been a while.
Yeah, and then too, I mean, even though he doesn't play for the most popular team in Canada, given the goal drought, it would any star player on any Canadian team that wins a cup at this point, given it's been 30 plus years, will benefit from that from a Legends perspective and in their hobby market, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Artemi Panarin. There's a couple of these guys coming up that when I think about them, I have to remind myself that they haven't won a cup. It's like you just kind of assume that a guy like Panarin would have won a cup, and some of it is timing with some of these guys. Like he came to the Blackhawks right after they won their 3rd cup in the mid-2000s. And sometimes, I don't know, at least I get the timelines mixed up on that. Actually, yeah, so he joined the Blackhawks in the 2015-16 season, and they won the cup in the spring of 2015 right before that, which was the last time they won. He's never even made the cup finals. And would you guys be surprised to know that Panarin has the 5th most points in the NHL over the past 5 seasons?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
An undrafted hockey player has the 5th most points in the last 5 years. But that's insane.
In 361 games, he has 455 points.
Wow. Yeah, but is he a power play merchant? I don't know too much about Panarin. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Power plays, their goals are goals. Wow, I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah, and this, of course, is not a math show, as we know, but that's 1.26 points per game. Over the past 5 years, he's played in 43 playoff games, produced 11 goals and 33 points, so a little bit of a drop-off there. Do you guys know any Panarin collectors? Here's one of these guys where I not even on like Instagram, you see like all these PC accounts and stuff like that. I'm sure there are.
He's from Europe, but what is he?
Russian.
He's Russian? Yeah?
Yeah.
No idea. I don't know
I
much
don't know,
about
Louis, have
him,
you
man.
run into a Panarin collector?
I haven't.
I like Panera Bread.
Oh Jesus.
He is the bread man. So there you go. So I don't know. Do you think a cup would make a difference? I kind of do. That
I guess I don't have much to say about Artemi here. Sorry.
I after him, he's been in the league for so long. Since what, he's been 10 years now, probably. I don't see the cup's not going to give him a hobby jump, I don't think.
okay. Yeah, maybe not. One of the things that I've hinted about this a lot, but I keep thinking about it, and someday I'm gonna try my best to examine it here on the show. So in Canada, you have the whole Montreal thing, you have the Toronto thing, where it's like even mediocre players on the Canadiens or the Maple Leafs tend to have big hobby markets. Why do we not have the same impact on the Rangers? I mean, shouldn't that on face value be a team that it's in the biggest media market in America, the Big Apple? The Rangers are a storied franchise, original six, and none of their best players ever seem to be like have big hobby markets.
Well, they don't. The Rangers don't seem to have like a storyline right now. Like Henrik Lundqvist was just always cool playing his guitar. He's always around New York City. Like I mean, those were the days of newspapers and magazines. So I don't know. Like there's no what flashy characters. Like they had Messier. I don't know. Just Rangers seem to have always kind of outgoing, like Sean Avery types, right? Who's on that team right now that's outgoing and a little bit bombastic, and the
But
team.
it doesn't matter in Montreal or Toronto, right?
Well, the team's not giving the city a reason to
Yeah.
to back them up right now. I mean, I don't know.
And
Maybe just
maybe
shows
it's
you
the
New York-
competition with the Knicks and the Giants or the Yankees too, that it's like there's a lot of other things taking people's attention.
Yeah, I don't know. New York. I don't know.
Like
I don't
how
know.
would you describe the fan base of the Jays compared to the Maple Leafs? I honestly don't know I mean, is the Jays comparable in popularity, or
The Jays are
close?
much more popular because they're Canada's team, and I disagree. I look up what MLB team has the most Canadians on it. That's Canada's team. I don't consider Toronto business. Toronto's the fourth biggest city of North America. Doesn't I can't relate to that.
So you think there's more Blue Jays fans in Toronto than there are Maple Leafs?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I could be wrong,
wouldn't
but
have
Jays is. I'm very, very weird for not liking the Jays. I don't have many friends that don't love the Jays, and I have some diehard Sens fans, and they're diehard Jays fans. And if you ask me what I think that's you're a hypocrite.
Okay. Well, tell us in the chat in the comments if Phil is once again how accurate he is in describing Canadian culture.
Like Jeremy Lee, I guarantee you he loves the Jays, and I have no idea if he does. I'll throw him. I will bet $100 that somebody like Jeremy Lee, all the way out in Calgary, probably loves the Jays.
Yeah. Okay, we have 3 left. At number 3, I put David Pastrnak, and again, he's another guy like Panarin. I have a hard time remembering has not won a Stanley Cup. Again, I just assumed he would have. The Bruins, though, have not won the Cup since 2011, which was before Pasta was in the league. They were in the Cup Finals in 2019 and 2013. Pasta was a rookie in 2014, so he played only in the 2019 Finals. He's been exceptional in driving points over the past 5 seasons, accumulating 454 points in 361 games played, 6th most in the NHL over that span. Check this out, though. His 211 goals is the 3rd most in the NHL in the past 5 years.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he pop in over 60 there a couple years ago?
I think so. Yeah, but he's consistently been at a lot of goals every year. I mean, he's very consistent.
And he's good in the playoffs. Like that.
Yeah, so in the past 5 years, he's played 38 playoff games, 19 goals, 34 points. 19 goals in 38 playoff games is good.
Very.
Yeah.
I want that on my team. Yeah, that's. And I make fun of him all the time, but he's really good. Yeah.
But he gets a little lost in the sauce, though, when we're talking about the best players in the league and the top hobby chases. So I thought maybe winning a cup would kick that up a bit.
I agree. I think that would put him because the people that love him. Like with Jay Sniper Shelf, he loves Pastrnak. I made that Jay's my origin story of why they're like, oh, you don't like Pasternak? I'm like, I don't really care. What Jay said one thing once, I just kind of went with it. Yeah, I guess I don't like him.
Mhm.
But he's an exceptional player, and I think he would benefit greatly from a cup, big time. Not as much as Hellebuck, but close.
Agreed.
Thoughts on Pasta, Louis? You
Yeah,
agree?
no, it's simply what Phil said. Yeah,
Okay.
This is hard because I want Pasta to get one, but I don't want Boston to get another one.
Mm.
Okay, 2 left. So number 2, I have Jack Hughes, where health always seems to be the core factor when discussing him. Talked about him a lot. Can he stay healthy for a season and produce? What would it mean for what would that mean for the Devils' chances to win a cup? I think a lot.
Mhm.
And I would love to see that play out. I'm assuming you're on board with that, Louis, that you'd love to see a healthy Jack Hughes for a year.
That would be great.
And again, with Hughes, it's not as much about the stats as the hype. I think winning a cup would validate some of that hype. Like another sort of hypothetical scenario is if he produced 100 points and won the Stanley Cup and stayed healthy and made some of the flashy or showcase some of the flashy playmaking skills that he's known
Hmm.
for. I think that would crank it back up his hobby market to where it was a few years ago. And then
Absolutely.
a gold medal would help that too. I mean, that's in all of this too this year. We didn't really talk about that. Probably should have in the preview segment we did on the Olympics, but you have the force multiplier of any of these players that could win a gold medal and a cup and potentially star in both that could have a big impact hobby wise.
I think Jack Hughes could be a 24 to 27 goal scorer and 40, 50 assists. And if they won the cup, he would just skyrocket. Hell, he could have 10 goals and 20 assists, but do some highlight reel stuff and be productive throughout the season. And that team wins the cup. It's going to go through the roof
New
because
Jersey
of
needs
who
a new
he
face.
is.
They need a new face to their team, and I think Jack Quinn. Jesus, Phil. Jack Hughes would be the perfect post Brodeur face of the Devils. But you got to do what Brodeur did, or at least a little bit of it, and go win a cup, man.
Oh, that would help too.
Well, the skills are there, right? What do you like? 11 points in 12 games in the playoffs, and he got 70 points in a 62 game pace in the regular season. He's ridiculously skilled, right? But there's does he have the clutch?
Fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was it shoulder surgery last March, April, or the end of the year?
Yeah.
Is that what it
Oh
was?
gosh, I don't remember how many games were left, but
I thought it was at the end of the year. Yeah.
it was. Yeah. Well, it was towards and kept him out for the rest of the year for sure. So I guess basically what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what his stat sheet looks like. He's built on hype and he's good and he can be flashy. If this team wins the cup, it doesn't matter what his numbers say. He'll still continue to skyrocket or be popular, I should say.
Mm-hmm. So number 1 in this
Ooh, I
countdown.
wonder who it could be.
Well, over the past 5 seasons, Leon Draisaitl has the second most points in the NHL at 534, only behind McDavid, who has more with 613 points. He's also second in playoff points behind McDavid as well. Draisaitl has 119 points in 79 playoff games, where McDavid has 132 in the same 79 games. We've done the whole bit about McDavid potentially being the greatest player to never win a cup. But let's say in a world where McDavid gets it done, like either one leaves and they separate, I think if McDavid wins a cup and Draisaitl doesn't, I think you'll be able to make the same argument about Draisaitl when it's
You
all
mean
said
the
and
same
done.
jokes? Same jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's having an all-time career. So he is not yet 30. He turns 30 in October.
Wow.
He has, in 790 career games, he has 956 points and 399 goals. So, yeah, his stats, if he can stay healthy and wants to play till his mid to late 30s, should be very, very impressive. And so that's why I put him at number 1, is that I think hobby legacy-wise,
Yeah, I agree.
winning a cup is important for the Krabby German.
I don't know the exact stat, but he's in the top 5 of all time for points per game in the playoffs. You can almost take that to the bank. It's very generic, but
Wow.
yeah, I think he's third, fourth, or fifth of all time for points per game in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
He's hobby royalty, hockey royalty, but winning a cup would prove, I'm going to say it, that he's not McDavid's sidekick. Sorry.
Mhm.
I mean, whether he is or he isn't, it would prove that, I would think.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
it would get him out of the Marcel Dion talk for sure.
Yeah.
Not go back there.
Time, man.
Okay, so that was you guys like that list? Do you think I did?
That was a great
good with my
list.
picks?
Yeah, it's a good list.
Any
Really good.
honorable mentions that you want to throw in quickly before we wrap it up?
Ooh, good question.
On the spot.
I want Crosby to win another cup.
I don't think it does anything though to his.
He doesn't-
He's.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we're a hockey card show.
Yeah. It's good you remember that after a year.
Yeah.
Um,
I think your list was good, buddy. I think but going through it, I think Pasternak and Hellebuck would benefit the best.
Okay.
Probably,
What about you,
yeah.
Louis?
mhm.
I think
Uh,
Hughes you could throw in that too,
Oh yeah, Quinn
Yeah.
Hughes. Yeah.
or Jack. I would say Jack, but Quinn.
Oh,
maybe.
I'd say Quinn. I'd say
I'd
Quinn.
throw-
more than Jack.
Both Hughes. Oh, dude, your list
The two
is really
Utes.
your
The
list
two
is
Utes.
really good. Your list is really good because I'm like both Hughes, Pasta for sure. I don't know how much hobby wise, but I think it could help. Draisaitl, just
Yeah.
you nailed your list. I don't know
thanks.
how you did it, but you did a great job.
Voodoo.
Mm.
Slab Sharks, Gongshow partner sponsor. Very grateful for their support of our show. Current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auctions live ends this upcoming Thursday night. Over 6,500 cards in this week's auction. So again, another big one. Some really big hockey cards too. So head to slabsharks.com, get those bids in early. Phil, now last week we're going to go backwards a little bit. You had a bunch of cards in last week's auction. How did you do? Were you happy with the results?
Very happy. I had 215 cards sent in.
Okay.
I made more money than I ever would have dreamed of with these cards just sitting in my house. And the process, I'd like to say, was a blast. Mailing my cards, downloading the app, or already having the app, but you would download the app. I mailed my cards. It populated on the day of auction. Everything was done for me. Everything. That's the whole point of it. Yeah. I'm very proud we're connected with them as a sponsor for us because I have nothing but positive things to say at all. Even the $3 listing, I have many cards that had no bids on, and it cost me $3 to list them. That's good business. That'll adjust my process moving forward. You don't want to just send 800 cards and hope that 3 sell and Slab Sharks does all the work for you, because there wouldn't be no Slab Sharks for after a while, right? So I respect that business model. I think it's key. And it helps me be strategic for next time. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to send my next batch in. Yeah. The entire process was very easy. Very easy. And I cannot stress enough the website and the app are top tier, S tier. Yeah. Lots of fun. Lots of good. I don't want to talk about how much money I made. I made
No,
good.
I'm not. You don't have to ask about. I think of things like, and one of the benefits of working with a consignor, and we think Slab Sharks is definitely the best for hockey, is like if you had sold yourself 215 cards on eBay, I don't think you would have made more money, but let's say you even made $500 more total. To mail 215 cards to 215 different people would be brutal. That is not
No,
so
it's
it's worth
I hate going to the post office. I don't dislike. I hate filling out forms in triplicate. I hate listing things on the internet. I can't stand the mundane parts of life that other humans have created this network for us to do things in. I will pay. I make money so I can be inconvenienced, and I will spend my money to less inconvenience me. I do not have the time to do 215 cards on eBay. I could have cut 3 trees and trimmed 2 hedges by then.
Yeah, I 100%.
Leave it to the professionals, man. If you're even remotely like me, like I cannot sit down at the computer and fill out eBay listings. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So this is perfect for a guy like me. Absolutely perfect.
And well, I don't even, pound away on a computer all the time, and completely hate listing stuff on eBay. And then the mailing part. It's so easy.
Well, it's the photos,
to
the
have.
listings,
Yes.
the offers, managing all that, the mailing, making sure people pay, all that stuff that they do for you. So, and that's why, again, why we partnered with them. But back to this week's auction, we've all done our homework. Nobody cheated.
Nope.
Wait, do you cheat?
No.
I have cheated. I picked the same card because it didn't get sold, so I get another chance.
Okay, well, I don't want to say that's cheating, but we picked out 2 favorite cards to highlight and share. I'll start with my 2 favorites. The first one this is a card that I didn't understand when I was newish to the hobby. Well, I'm still relatively new, but is a 1996 Upper Deck Jaromir Jagr game jersey. These cards go for big money because they're I think seen as the first game used memorabilia pieces in a pack pulled Upper Deck set. The biggest determinants beyond card condition and the player is that when you can get one with a jersey swatch that's multicolor, they typically do very, very well. And so this is a very top-notch Yager UD game jersey card. And I imagine there'll be a lot of healthy bids on it.
Yeah, that's a big deal for those cards having a multicolor swatch patch.
Well, he's speaking of from our previous segment. Who's been the greatest Czech player since Jagr? Pasternak.
Oh, yeah.
That I would like. Who's in between them? I can't think of anyone. So maybe Pasternak would even benefit even more if he won a cup.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the Czech Republic has split up, and now it's like Czechia, Slovakia, Slovenia. So I don't know where they all fall in that, but I get your point. Yeah, I think you're right overall. The second card I picked, I'm not a big Patrick Kane guy, but this card really stood out to me. It's a 2014-15 The Cup limited logos. Patrick Kane. It's out of 50. I just think it's an awesome card overall. It's a great design. The patch, interesting, 4-color Blackhawks patch. And if you're a Patty Kane fan, I would assume that this is a card you'd want to have.
Has he always been number 88?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I'm a donkey. I did not realize that. That's still Eric Lind. That's still Big E to me.
Yeah.
Easy E.
I wonder who's
Easy
more
does it.
identifiable now, Kane or Lindros is 88.
Give me that.
I don't know.
Family show. Oh, so I'm just gonna say this now. I told Louis this, but one of my more favorite YouTube comments in a long time has been. It must have been on our last podcast or the one before. Someone says, "I love it when Josh says, let's not make this political," and Phil makes it political.
I don't mean to. I'm passionate. Local business. I'm Canadian. I got a lot to say.
There you go. Louis, what are your 2 favorites?
First one, I don't know what this is. So maybe you guys can help. It's a 1999 Upper Deck, the Great Career Wayne Gretzky Jumbo autograph out of 199. So what's Jumbo? That's pretty much what I want to know. You can tell me that in a minute if you know, but I just think this Jumbo card it's awesome. The whole design from somebody where I'm always making designs for the show and doing stuff like this, and I saw this, and it's hard to get multiple pictures of one guy or even a bunch of them on whatever space you're using and make it work and look good, and this one takes the cake. Plus the blue auto, the hand numbering, the old school Upper Deck. I love that emblem. But other than that, I have no idea what this is. I've never seen these.
I'm not a big expert in very late 90s, early 2000s, but I know that Wayne had announced the end of his career, or it was Upper Deck knew it was coming, and they pumped out a number of commemorative sets, and I would assume that this is part of one of those.
Yeah, there's another one, different picture out in the auction too, to go after. But I think that's pretty. I'd like to actually after this, I'll probably go look it up just to see. I'm curious as to how big it is.
It's a great card, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful card.
And then number 2 is this 2024 Upper Deck Clear Cut Matt Boldy Vintage Red Auto out of 10. Don't know why. Like Boldy. I don't. I like Boldy, but for some reason I love this card. So
It hits you. Hits you in the soul.
Hits you in the feels, man.
That's
man.
it. That's my show off. My show and tell time. You know,
Hey, Wally, your stickers on the top of the card.
Listen, don't throw stones, man. We got stickers on our things too.
I know. It's good. I'm just.
All it
we have
takes is
300
one.
chances to mess
Yeah,
it up.
it takes
I know.
one.
I'm gonna eat crow.
label. You're done.
I know. It's gonna happen.
Played a dangerous game, Madigan.
But anyways, that's a sweet card. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, it is cool.
Phil.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so this is my half cheat. I'm gonna go for this card. I'm talking a big game. I don't know. I'm spending more money than I want to on cards again, but I need this card in my top loader binder. I need it. My son works at McDonald's. Wayne Gretzky in his Campbell jersey. Come on, man. Yeah. I need this card. I'm going for this hard. And
how often in life do you get a second chance at something great, Phil? And I think there's something like 5,000 or 6,000 views on Instagram of the clip of you bidding on this one last time. So the whole hobby's in on this now.
I think I'm going to put that in. I think I'm going to put that in right now.
Right meow?
Right meow.
Right meow?
Like a second ago or right now?
No, right meow.
Right now.
Okay. Oh, Phil, 334. Come on, you got to go get that.
I know, right?
You got it, Phil. Come on.
Is that a McDonald's?
It's irresponsible of you not to buy this card. There we go. There we go.
You could hide your screen, but
You don't care.
that's a nice bid. Very appropriate.
Phil's emotional.
I'm good.
Oh, he's excited. He's excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Did anyone else bid, or are you still?
Oh, you piece of shit.
Oh, how dare you, Bill Brasky?
What?
Just kidding.
Oh, okay. That's it, though. I'm done.
What did you go at? I can't see.
You should wait. You should wait for the last second.
No, I don't want to snipe this.
All right, we'll see. Live bidding war
I don't think so.
on a Wayne Gretzky
This is exciting.
buyback auto.
Yeah, exciting for you guys. Someone's being a jerk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jonathan, are you going at it with Phil here?
No, I think. Oh, is that an angry face?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, I'm not putting more than 485, so get out of here, McMahon. He is behind this. I knew it. Collusion. Okay, good. Thanks, brother.
Oh, Phil, it's getting your one bid.
It's okay. I'll probably lose it. That's okay.
That's just got real, dude.
It's okay.
What? This might go for like 700 though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So you
someone's
should
trying
probably
to stress
put
you out.
800.
I'll put 515. I'm okay with 515. I'm okay with 515.
Let's go. I'm not going.
This is so good.
You're sucked in.
No, 20 seconds.
You're so sucked in. I hope you win.
Do it,
I
do
hope
it.
you win.
God.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm okay either way. I'm okay either
If it
way.
ends up knowing, then we know it's a
I
viewer.
want you to
that's
win
been-
this.
No, honestly, if I lose, it's okay because, like I said before, it doesn't matter. If I lose, it's no big deal. Screw you, man! What is wrong with you? Who pays that? Eat a wiener. Whatever. Get out of here. I don't even like Wayne Gretzky, anyways. He's not even that good. All right, second card here. I got a lot to say about this card. This is I'll start first with like Fantilli's what I think his I don't know, man. Just strap in. I think Adam Fantilli is going to have a crazy good year. He's already a 30+ goal guy.
Mhm.
He doesn't get cushy power play points or power play minutes, sorry. He's a 5-on-5 pure sauce kind of guy, man. Big frame, soft hands. He's kind of mean on the ice. Chef's kiss. That's what I think. Fire up the cannon, man. Fire up the Blue Jacks cannon. Fantilli's coming out hard. So I picked this card for that obvious reason as well. I don't know. I mean, a gold Opus, I just think it's the new high gloss extreme, you know? And I'm very curious to see how high this goes.
Mhm.
And it's very nice. It's going to be very awesome to see this card go to not the two guys on Reddit that always buy these cards. I mean, hey, if one of them gets it, great. I'm nobody to talk. I hoard my cards too. Brady Tkachuk, Gasta, Young Guns. But I guess I am the perfect person to talk. I'm a little butthurt at the same guys always buying the same cards and not giving a chance to anybody else, right? So, and I also messaged one of them trying to get a Brady, and they weren't very friendly. And in my personal rule book, if you have 3 opportunities to turn your frown upside down, or maybe be a little bit nicer or kinder to people, you have no idea who you're talking to. So I'm on Reddit as well, but I have 2 accounts, and they're not associated with me in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, I'll be nice. I won't post how you respond, but the two Reddit kings, if that's even that's a bit of an oxymoron to say, it'd be nice for them not to get this card.
Okay.
So I'm being a little bit of a jerk there, but
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah,
At least you didn't make it political.
that's right, Louis. I don't
Stop.
try
He's
to.
going
People-
to. He will know. Yeah, okay.
No, it just goes that way, and other people
I
kind of
know.
take it from me.
The reason why so many hockey hobbyists are choosing Slab Sharks to sell their cards on eBay is they make it super easy to do that. You just box up your cards, ship them in. Honestly, I don't know if they could make it any easier. It's like they say in Canada, easier than Phil's team to beat in the playoffs.
Canada, not Canada. It's
Canada.
not Laval. It's Laval.
Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
Canada Laval.
Oh, Jesus.
Plus, your cards get included in the biggest weekly hockey auction there is. We all use it, have been very happy with the results. If you're an American collector, Slab Sharks is partnered with your bros at the Hockey Cards Gongshow to become a U.S. submission center, so you don't have to worry about the misery and pain of shipping your cards internationally. Louis and I love misery and pain. We're married to lovely women who have been blessings in so many ways.
Thank you. Scared me for a minute
They
there.
don't listen to the show, guys. I don't know why you're doing this.
It's fun for us, especially when you submit cool Brodeur cards, and I get to see Louis get all pissed off that they're not his. Don't show me another card. Oh, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
You did it again yesterday. You're like, oh, Louis, look at this one. I'm like, oh, Mike, please stop.
You did it to me on my ComC when I got Louis to mule my ComC cards, and I said, yeah, go ahead, open it, look through the cards. And what did you text me, Louis? I don't care what it costs. What is it going to take to get this card out of your hands? I'm like, I need that to finish my set. No response back. Oh, sorry. I know. I said a big bad word. 1:30:45.
Shame.
Then we can leave that.
Yeah, why don't we record you, Josh, before we hit record and see what words you say?
We'll leave that in there because Josh was here and he knows what I said after that. So you couldn't put what I said in, but you're fine.
Louis, we should record Josh one day when he's going on a rant. And we'll see. Well, people won't even believe us. They'll be like, no, Josh wouldn't talk like that. I'd be like, oh, yeah, he does.
I'm an angel that's been sent from God to bless the earth with my presence.
Yeah, I got it. You're a regular choir at Christmas time, buddy.
So just like with Canadians, all us Americans got to do is box them up, send them to the old Gongshow P.O. box, and we take care of the rest. For complete consignment information, including payout rates, and to get the process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Can you do that again, Louis, with a little more enthusiasm?
Hobby news.
All right, that works.
What? All right.
So we've been teasing for a few weeks that our guy Enzo Ferrari from Private Collection Insurance was at the VanCity card show last week. Oh, look at that dapper man.
He is handsome. Hey, look at that.
handsome.
You associate with the Gong Show, you level up. Or it's the other way around. We haven't figured that part out
Probably
yet.
the other way around.
Probably the other way around.
Well, VanCity has quickly become a big hobby show in Canada, and I wanted to get Enzo's perspective on how it all went down. Then I also pumped him for some more information about, getting your PC insured and what that means and doesn't. And one thing about that I asked about coverage when buying and selling and the whole shipping process completely blew my mind in a great way. And so can't wait for you to hear that. Here's our conversation from the other day with PCI's Enzo Ferrari. We want to welcome back to the show Enzo Ferrari from Private Collection Insurance, fresh back from Vancouver. Hi, Enzo.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. So you were at the VanCity Card Show. Was this your first time attending, or did you go last year too?
No, this is my first time attending. We actually had a booth at the
Oh, really?
show. Yeah. So I was
Nice.
there manning a booth, asking questions, and quite a few people came up to me and knew me from this show, which was kind of
Nice.
fun.
That's always heartwarming. I guess that we work hard to help get the word out. Okay, so let's start there. And I have a lot of questions about this show, but now I'm curious. So when people come up to you at a show, what are like you must have like the 5 common questions that collectors ask you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you sell insurance? Like, do you do Pokemon cards too? Do you do comic books? How much does it cost? Um, I'm trying to think what else they ask me. But is that your real name?
Yeah, is that your real name? There you go.
I get that asked.
Greatest name ever. Well, and I still think one of the biggest misconceptions, and we need to do a better job, I think, even on this show, making people aware, is that I fell into this boat until I met you, that the assumption that your homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance covers your collection. And as you've talked about before, that's just not the case, right? Or very limited.
Yeah, 100%. There are certain like small limits, but as you know, and I know, and most of your listeners know, the values of these, the collectibles, the assets that we're now purchasing, the values have skyrocketed. And most homeowners policies or your condo policy or your tenant's insurance are not going to cover anywhere near the values. If you have a small collection, some people did come up to me and asked me about, my card collections, $3,000, $4,000. And, what I really encourage people to do is actually maybe call your broker, check your policy, see what the limits are. But when you start to get into the 10, 15 and above, that's really when, I think you need to start talking to a person like me and understand that, we're covering it. It's going to be a lot better coverage than what you have, first of all, in your homeowner's policy. And it's not that expensive. It's very affordable. It's, when you're starting to talk those kind of smaller limits, it's not even the price of a card in a lot of cases for the whole year. So
that's crazy. I mean, that is such a peace of mind. And one thing I read, I have so many questions about the VanCity show, but now you've got me sucked in because I'm so interested in this. But I read on your website, and I hadn't thought of this before, but an advantage of, I think, going with a specialty insurance company like Private Collection Insurance is that when something happens, you don't have to, I'm trying to like think of the way that you guys put it. You basically don't have to worry about like trying to explain how your Connor McDavid Young Guns High Gloss is worth $100,000. And they're looking at you like, no, it's not. And it's where these are very foreign to them. And it almost kind of puts you as a collector in this position of justifying the value of what you've had covered, where you guys being collectors and you being a collector yourself, you just get it. And then, and because that's a very anxious time for people, right? If I had something like a big card got stolen, a $20,000 card, the last thing I want to do is feel like I'm having to, and I'm not saying these are bad people or that they have the wrong intentions, but just trying to like justify why this was a valuable card.
Yeah, that's actually a very good question because, again, being a collector and even the markets that we deal with, and when I say market, I mean insurance company, they understand what we're doing, what we're insuring. And more specifically, I guess, you don't really deal with the insurance company unless something happens. I'm dealing with the insurance companies. I'm the one underwriting. I'm the one, or we're the one, the company is, the one listing the products and how we're insuring these cards. So a lot of people, that is a big question. Like, how do you value? Like, I don't want to do a complete list of all my cards. Normally we want to know like the top 10 cards that you have in your collection. So if you have that $20,000 card, it's best we kind of list it on the policy. Everything else can be blanketed. So your $1,000, $500, $2,000 cards, not a big deal. But yeah, like the worst thing you want is to try to explain, and I don't want to throw any insurance companies or brokers or agents under the bus, but 99.9% of anybody involved in the insurance industry would have no clue what why is that Connor McDavid worth $20,000? Why is that Sidney Crosby worth $50,000? I get it. We insure it that way. Once you insure it, you have to obviously be very comfortable knowing that your collection's insured with a collector and a company, that this is all we do. I'm not, I have other, I mentioned this before, I have other companies that do house and car insurance and business insurance, but private collection insurance, all we do are collectibles, sports cards, Pokemon, comic books, guitars, vinyl, watches, jewelry. So anything in that realm we do, and that's all we do every day. And it's one of the funnest businesses I've ever been involved in, because I get to see
you get to see everyone's cool stuff.
Oh, it's, I just had a conversation with somebody that's got a huge, Montreal Canadiens collection, like huge, massive. And, he's telling me about like the cards that he has from the like 1910s. And I'm, it's just, to me, it's interesting. I'm a collector. So when I hear this stuff, it my eyes kind of light up, and it's a lot funner than insuring somebody's, car insurance.
I suppose, but no. Okay, I want to weave back to the show real quick.
Yes.
So, having never been to Vancouver, what were you expecting versus what was the reality?
Yeah, so obviously Vancouver's a little smaller than Toronto. So I've been to the Sports Card Expo here in Toronto for a number of years. So going out to Vancouver, I was expecting like a much, much smaller show. I've been to smaller shows here locally. But I was pleasantly surprised at the size of the show.
Nice.
Big space, lots of room, lots of vendors, a little bit of something for everybody. If you're a hockey card collector, obviously Canada, there's a lot of hockey card retailers and sellers, lots of Pokemon, lots of vintage, some football, some basketball. There was really a little, some jerseys. So it was really kind of very great to see that this is probably the premier show. I would challenge anybody to maybe change my mind on this, but I don't think there's another show on the West Coast quite like this in Canada anyway. So it was a great show. Like I said, the turnout from the crowds as well was, again, I was a little surprised at the amount of people they drew over the 3 days. It was just a really, really fun show. And I got to be honest, I met so many great people there. That was probably my highlight, from the dealers to the customers to the general public, kids. We were giving out packs of cards to kids, and they're like, so it's nice to see little kids' eyes light up when you're giving them a free pack of cards. They're all shocked. So it was a fun time, like 3 days of a lot of fun, and the guys out there, very well organized too. I got to say, it's one of the best organized events I've ever been to. Like, they took care of everything. I didn't see any hiccups. I'm sure, when you run a show this big, there's things in the background that are going, anybody that runs a business or has an event like this, I'm sure knows what goes on in the background. But from a booth presenter and a participant, I thought it was, one of the best run shows I've ever been to.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, yeah, and especially for the second year. And the Slab Sharks guys put it on. Cardboard Richard out there, I know there's other partners, and I know that they put their hearts into it. And so it's awesome that we're starting to see these experiences pop around really all over North America, and probably Europe too. We just don't get there as much. But considering that it's, again, just year two, that's really impressive to me. The hobby is really buzzing right now, huh? I mean, can you feel the energy?
It's fabulous. Like, it's fantastic. It's, I know during the COVID era, I think we got a little bit of this. It kind of spiked a bit. Then it kind of went down, a little bit of a lull, maybe a year and a half ago. But it's the amount of excitement that's around this hobby right now. Obviously the big sale that happened about a month ago with, Kevin O'Leary has really pumped, I think, a lot of juice into it. The Pokemon phenomenon, to me, I don't really collect Pokemon, but I see what's going on in that community. It's It's crazy. The hockey card, I saw the Bedard card go for
100 grand, yeah, 123.
$100,000+, and I was like, wow, this is great. I mean, I hope it's not a bubble. I don't think it's a bubble. I think there's enough people coming in, and people are, I think, really valuing the assets. Certain assets are really getting their time in the sun. And for me, from a selfish reason, it's from values and insurance and awareness, it's only helping my business. I mean, we've been kind of going at all cylinders lately with it's not even like just pure sales. It's a lot of questions. Again, what we're doing on the show here together, awareness, education, that's my biggest piece to take away from it. It's just it's been crazy.
Well, you buy $100,000 Connor Bedard rookie card, you have to insure that. I mean, it's in your professional opinion, it's got to be, politely ludicrous not to do that, right?
Yes, I mean, in my eyes, even anything under, like, it doesn't even have to be 100 grand. It could be like 20, 30 grand. I still don't understand how people aren't thinking about insuring these cards. And, we go to the shows, we've talked about this, and I get total anxiety because I know most of the cards there are like uncovered or uninsured. But yeah, that $100,000 card, I mean, I tell collectors, I speak to them almost every day, and we get requests and questions all the time. And I can't replace that Bedard card if something happened to it, like if there was a fire. But I can tell you, you're going to feel a lot better when I cut you a check to replace that $100,000.
I've never had to eat $100,000, and I don't want to. So I can't imagine that's a good feeling. And another thought I had this morning when I was perusing your website, privatecollectioninsurance.com, is what percentage of people buy policies for you like after something bad has happened, where almost the first thing out of their mouth is, I wish I would have done this sooner?
Yeah, that's probably 100% hit rate. And I was actually talking to an art dealer today, and they have the same experience in the art world, where people all of a sudden, when something happens, it now becomes top of mind. And again, I think a lot of people are not aware that they, again, most of the people that stop at my booth and speak to me, everybody stops and says, well, I didn't even know I needed it, right? Like, I didn't even understand that I need this coverage, that it is even available. And again, so that's the big thing. So if you don't have it and you're listening to this, you can't use that excuse that you don't know it's available. Yeah. Like, there's no reason. And I tell people, like, get a quote, go online. There's no obligation. Like, you don't have to buy anything, but at least know.
Educate yourself, right? So that you know what you're buying or what you're choosing not to buy, and what the associated pros, cons, risk, rewards are of whatever way you decide to go.
Yeah, and like I said, call me, DM me. Like, I love talking to collectors. Like, I could talk about this all day long. Like, it's not really, I know it's my job, but it's kind of fun to talk to collectors. And the fact that I can marry, my insurance career with my collectible experience and knowledge, I don't think many people on the planet get to actually do something like this, like what I'm doing, where it becomes, I can hopefully make some money at it, but also educate the community, protect the community, and have fun doing it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, I've always wanted to go to Vancouver. Like, I have a secret goal. I spent a lot of time in the very northwest part of Washington, so I'm very close to Vancouver, like an hour and a half away, and like in Anacortes and stuff like that. But I've heard Vancouver is one of the most beautiful cities you could ever go to.
Yeah, it's my daughter actually lives out there. She moved out there a couple of years ago, so I had a good excuse to attend the show and visit her. And Vancouver is a big city, but it's not like crazy. We stayed in the downtown with the convention center right on the waterfront. It's a beautiful city. The mountains are in the background. We drove up on the after the show up to Whistler, which is one of the.
I want to go there for Christmas because they do the whole village in like a European Christmas village during that time, and I love. And they get the most snow in North America there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just like I said, we actually did I'd never been to Whistler, so I was there for the first time, and we did a helicopter tour of a glacier, and Yeah, it's a great city, and like I said, my daughter lives out there, so I've got a lot of reasons to kind of keep visiting. So I love Vancouver.
At the show, were you locked in the booth, or did you get to peruse around a little bit? I'm just wondering, like, if you saw anything really cool that stood out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the show by myself, so unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of chances to go around. But I would take my breaks. It's kind of hard to sit behind a booth for 7, 8 hours straight without stretching the legs out. But they actually had a record. Eric Lindros was there. He was signing autographs. It was pretty cool. He's a big boy. I remember in the days of Philadelphia where he was just like a monster on the ice. So he was there. That was pretty cool. But again, back to Pokemon, they had 7
The illustrators.
Yeah, they had 7 illustrators there, and apparently one sold, and I think it was 7 figures. So they did
your anxiety meter must have been off the charts. Okay, so here's something that I've thought of in the context of your support of our show, which we're really grateful for, and just learning me being exposed to this myself, is that I think that there's something that happens and there's probably a psychological term for this, but where we sort of disassociate cards from value at times, where I found that like we all get sort of like nonchalant to holding a $10,000 card, where if you replaced that card with a stack of $100 bills that were 10,000, like then the panic would set in. Right, like when you walk, you walk around a show with this $10,000 card and flipping around, handing it to people here and there. But would you do the same with cash?
Yeah, and you're talking a $10,000 card. There was one gentleman there that we both know, and he's walking around with an illustrator and a Kobe card, and he's just walking around like it's nothing, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and I know him, and we do some business together. But it was just funny, like, again, to your point exactly. It's amazing when you hold this thing in your hand. You just don't understand what you're. I think you know what you're holding in your hand, but I get what you're saying exactly. Like you just don't associate.
Yeah, it's like some sort of disassociative thing where you just forget about the value, and it's like it's just holding a card in your hand. Which part of that's kind of great. I mean, you don't want to treat them like. I think you can go overboard too, where you. Some people like bury their cards in a safe in a vault and like 10 banks that you have to have armed guards to go get to. And that's another thing, like what this morning, what I thought about maybe the benefit of having insurance is that then you don't maybe feel the need to do that. Like you can actually enjoy your cards in a reasonable and safe way. But sometimes when these people own these real valuable cards is that they end up at the downtown bank in the big safety deposit vault. And it's like, well, how fun is that?
Yeah. I mean, I get it if you have like a couple $1 million
card as well.
Yeah, I think we all understand that. For security, even from an insurance standpoint, it'd probably be best. But for your collection, the things that aren't in that realm. Again, sleeping at night, being able to enjoy the card. The whole point of like the collection is to like look at it and show people, and that's my pleasure. People come over my house all the time, and I show them like they don't, people that aren't associated maybe with the hobby and don't understand it. They always want to see, well, what does a card look like? What's their most valuable card? Like they want to see these things, and having it stuck in a vault somewhere. Again, you can show them a picture, but it's not. People need to hold that thing in your hand. Like there's a certain energy you get from it, and when you know the value, and people I see people's faces light up when they see it, and I've gotten more people in the hobby from that. Like they just all of a sudden they text me a day later saying they just bought their favorite football player or hockey player card online, and it's all because and I apologize because it becomes a disease, and as we all know that,
of course,
it becomes an addiction, but. It's great to see.
Have you seen the cottage industry that's kind of springing up now too, where obviously wealthy people that have a lot of valuable cards, the one that comes to mind is Dana White, the UFC CEO. They're building these like display vaults into walls, and I'm sure cost a ton of money, but kind of allow you to display your collection and then protect it at the same time. So it looks like a beautiful like glass covered bookcase, but obviously it's a very serious vault that I'm sure is part of, when you have millions of dollars of cards, and a guy like that will have it covered. But I think we'll start to see more and more of that kind of stuff too, that blends both security and being able to show off your collection.
Yeah, I think because that's I guess one of the problems, right? Like we lock them in these cases, and they're not really on display. And I've thought about it even at my house. Eventually, I mean, I'd like to do a room where it's all my collectibles, and obviously I collect some Ferrari pieces and stuff. So, yeah, I'm hoping more and more, and I think it's going to happen just naturally because there's just so many people entering the hobby, and you want to display. I mean, they're works of art. A lot of these cards are works of art. Like when you actually look at them and you go and you look, the shininess and with the way the light bounces off some of these cards, the sapphires and the gold. They're to me they're works of art. And
I've heard that analogy before where, I'm not saying that like painters still can't do well or that there's not very famous traditional artists, but you can make the case that trading cards or collectibles are sort of modern art that seem to have mass value because it's all perceptive value to begin with, where we just all, for whatever reason, collectively decide that card A is worth a lot of money, where there's nothing intrinsically about that card that makes it valuable other than perception, which is like painters, right? I mean, you look at like a splatter painter like Jackson Pollock, and some people can say, well, that's easy. Why is that worth $10 million? I mean, it's not, but and so I do buy the whole, it's really sort of a modern art collection in a way.
Yeah, 100%. And the patch cards are great if you get a game worn jersey or a piece of the floor of the Boston Celtics old stadium, like all it's part, like say, you're almost like part of the history of that game or that player, and it just makes you feel like you own a little bit of piece of history almost with that card.
I got 2 topics left for our conversation today, and the first one has to do with, I'm just curious, and both on like what would be covered under a policy or just where people's general risk are, because I think where people often feel at most risk is in transactions, especially that are not done in person, where you're mailing somebody something or you're waiting to get paid on something. And then especially like private transactions, a lot of platforms have built-in measures to try to protect the sanctity of that transaction. But so if I sell a card and to you and you buy it and I ship it to you and the post office runs over it, and is something like that ever protected, or if not under a traditional like collector's policy like you provide, how would you best protect yourself in that scenario?
Yeah, so I mean that would be, so transit is covered. That's again one of the beauties of me being a collector is when I design these programs and these policies for collectors, I know the industry. Like I know you're buying on eBay or you're buying from private collectors. You're on Instagram. I've made deals on Instagram. I've sold cards and I ship them. So yeah, 100% it's covered. If it's lost in transit, we actually had a claim. I want to say about 6 months ago, where $20,000 shipment went missing, and we gladly paid the claim. Like that's what we want.
That's huge. I don't know if anyone knows that. I mean, because that's such an anxiety point for. I mean, you think about. I mean, no shade to Canada Post or the good old USPS, but I'll tell you this too. Okay, so. For worst job I've ever had in my entire life, I went to the University of Minnesota, which is in downtown Minneapolis, and I was a college kid, broke. I needed money, and there's a lot of ads for UPS, where you could go to their big facilities and like load trucks, and they would say like 3 hours a day, make a lot of money. Oh my God, these packages, like, so you're loading like a huge semi-trailer. And they have these like giant conveyor belts that never stop. I mean, you're running for hours to try to keep up to the belt. And I'm just going to say what happens. Sorry, UPS, but when you're 3 hours into a sprint trying to load a truck and there's like a box yay big and you can walk it 40 feet that way or give it the old heave ho, I'm telling you what happens. Because that's how they used to say build walls and then put packages behind them and then build another wall and put packages. There's a lot of heave hoeing that happens at these transportation companies. They don't like there's not like a white glove person that sets your box down gently on the airplane and covers it with a blanket so it's warm and toasty.
Yeah.
Like so you got to package it well, but like that experience taught me that. I was never shocked if I got something that was like mangled when it came in the mail because it's rough out there.
Yeah. I mean, it happens every day. Like, I mean, everybody gets these packages, and the theft. Again, you get these packages. Like I know, I could tell you what a sports card package usually looks like from a mile away.
Like
right?
porch pirates or mailbox thieves or
like
stuff
all kinds. All kinds of stuff, right? And again, like, why take the chance, right? And again, the values are just skyrocketing, and anytime you buy something,
that's huge that you cover that. I think that call up Enzo if you're in Canada. You got to get to the U.S. We got to make that happen.
Yeah, it's coming. Just need a bit more time, but yeah, it's. Again, it's like you said, like sleeping at night and not having to worry when you're shipping something or buying something. So yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe that. I was kind of expecting you to say, well, we don't cover that, but here's what you should do, and then you kind of blew me away there. Okay, last topic. You have a meeting. I've heard it's set in stone with one Phil the Loud Collector. Are you ready for this? Are you?
Can anybody be ready for that?
No. Well, speaking of, you might want to write yourself a policy for that and try to cover everything around you, because we can't promise anything when he's like the Tasmanian devil meets Animal from the Muppets. That's what you got yourself into here.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little scared, but I am looking forward to it. I think we're going to have a great time. Yes, we finally nailed down a time that we're going to be kind of in the same place at the same time. So I am looking forward to it and filming. I think we're going to get his collection out and put some values to it, and quote it up, and who knows what else he's going to do. Hopefully, I'm going to probably tell my other staff not to show up that day.
Well, if you have an outbuilding, maybe do the meeting there. That's what I would. I have no idea what's in his collection because he gets weirdly goofy and secretive about it. But I can promise you it'll be weird.
I'm looking for it. The weirder, the better. Again, we'll have something to talk about. And but yeah, he said he's going to bring some of his cards, maybe his top cards, and we'll take a look at them, and we'll see where the day goes. Like, it's just going to be a fun filming process for me.
Well, I'm looking forward to that because I think the more we can demystify the process and communicate what we've learned from you, that it's not really a big deal. I think we sometimes, when we haven't been through something before, we tend to make it more of a thing than it actually is. And again, I think that's where it's helpful that you guys are collectors and you're not for 2 hours trying to convince someone that has no idea what you have, why it's valuable and why it should be protected. So if anyone, oh God, the shipping thing is huge, Enzo. I'm very excited about that, and for people to know about that. If anyone in Canada right now wants more information or wants to have that conversation with you, what's the best way for people to reach out?
Yeah, so the website, obviously, privatecollectioninsurance.com, all one word. Or, my Instagram, it's probably the easiest way to get hold of me, which is at Enzo Ferrari 68. We also have a private collection Instagram where you can reach out there. I monitor that one as well. It's Private Collection Insurance. So either one, either three of the three contact points, we'll gladly get back to you. And like I said, answer any questions, get you a quote, no obligation, and ask away. I love answering questions and talking to collectors, and again, just educating and letting people know what they need.
Well, thanks so much. Good to hear that you had a good time in Vancouver. And again, appreciate your support, and we'll chat with you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks again to Enzo for joining the show. I always appreciate his perspective because it's his job, right? He looks at the hobby in a little bit of a different way. And I don't know, Phil, if you caught the interview, but what I asked him about the whole shipping thing, and because when you get your collection insured, if you had to have every card detailed, it wouldn't work because we collectors, we move cards in and out all the time. And so one of the biggest, fluid. One of the things that I have always wondered about, insurance is, would it cover, like in a case whether you sell a card to somebody and you ship it, or you buy a card and it's being shipped to you when bad things happen, because we see packages that come up crumpled or stuff gets lost in the mail. And I wanted to ask him, I was a little nervous too, because I didn't think the answer would be what I had hoped for, but he said, yeah, you're 100% covered, that it covers everything in transit. So, I mean, think of that for like, if you could buy and sell and trade with people with 100% peace of mind that if anything went bad, that you would be covered, that to me is amazing and a big win.
Great.
And I wasn't expecting any insurance coverage to handle that.
Right. Yeah, you buy a card right now and it's on its way and you haven't even said anything yet and something goes awry.
Yeah, and a lot of times the seller covers it, but to have that security blanket behind that, to know that, if something happens where eBay says it's your fault or something like that, or it was delivered and you're like, no, it's not here, that again, to have that as your backup is great. So again, if anyone's interested in talking with PCI, head to their website, privatecollectioninsurance.com, and Phil has his date on the books to work with them and document the process very soon.
Yep. So I'll announce here, I'm going to the PSA grand opening, PSA Canada grand opening on October 20th. And I will I'm probably shooting myself in the foot here because I have to edit that first. So within a month after meeting Enzo to insure my collection, within 2 weeks, I'll give it 2 weeks. It's the end of my season. I'm really busy. I'll edit the video, but it's going down. So we have the date, October 21st. I'll be in Toronto with Enzo. I'm going to document as much as I can, and we're going to insure my collection at Josh's expense. So it'll be fun.
Yay.
You offered.
I'm not expecting to spend much. I mean, how much can 6,000 Pinto Young Guns cost to insure?
Well, I'm a little nervous now that you might know what I have, right? You'll be like, Phil, what are you doing? Sell those. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hoarder of the cards.
You're weirdy and secrety about a lot of this stuff.
I'm weirdy and secrety. I am.
Thanks, Enzo.
But I'm excited. It'll be fun. I can't wait. I've never met Enzo in person. I can't wait to shake his hand, look in his eyes, and introduce myself.
Okay.
Louis,
you got a Sasha Barkov report to file?
I guess, yeah. I got some sad news for you cat fans out there. So if you didn't hear, Barkov was injured Thursday, September 25th, only 20 minutes into his official first practice or training camp of the season. And what they said, he was just doing a simple drill that didn't involve really any contact. So that's got to hurt. He went in for surgery on Friday, and the Panthers say he'll be out for 7 to 9 months. So
it was knee ligaments, is that right?
It was the ACL and
MCL.
I probably should have put that in there, huh? Anyways, so at a minimum, he won't be playing before the playoffs, and that also kills any chances of him playing for Finland in the Olympics.
Ooh,
and guess another side note for Florida right now, Matty Tkachuk's still out, and he had off-season surgery to repair a torn adductor muscle, and they don't expect to see him until at least December. But that one is a finicky one where it's one of those you don't know till you're good to go. So.
Yeah. It's so hard to repeat as champions, and for this reason is that all the stars have to align, and who knows what you're going to get out of Tkachuk. And now doesn't look like a lot out of Barkov. That's a
Mhm.
pretty massive blow to Florida, wouldn't you say, Phil?
It's going to be interesting to see how the beginning of their season starts. I mean, that's going to be very telling, right? I mean, they weren't even playoff contenders the first year they won the cup, and then they lit it up at the end of the year, right?
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hard. I think you can crash it down fast, and it can, like, look at Buffalo last year. They didn't click, so they were terrible. But what if they did click? That could have been a Cinderella team, right? It's happened in the past.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with the new, the old but new Panthers. See how they mesh their lines up, and see if they can survive until the big boys come back.
Yep. Last story is a really interesting one about Probstein leaving eBay. That's officially going to happen very soon. And we announced this when they did last spring, that they're leaving the platform to start their own auction company, Snipe. And this story comes from collect.com. So for 21, a little bit of backstory first, but there's some features that I think are kind of cool, actually. You know, everyone likes to poop on Probstein a little bit, and probably for good reason. Haven't had a lot of personal experience, so I'm not one to comment. But for 21 years now, Probstein has been an eBay consigner. They've sold more than 6 million items on the platform for a total of more than 925 million US dollars. At the end of October,
No.
yeah,
Wow.
they're shutting down their eBay store to launch their own platform, Snipe. So they're essentially going to become an eBay competitor. Here, and so you have to, well, what are you going to offer that's different or a competitive advantage to get me to list my card on your platform or to buy my cards on your platform versus eBay, which I'm used to and probably, well, obviously more comfortable with. So they're going to offer reduced fees. So selling fees will be 5% on items that sell for under 1,000 US and 3% on items that sell for over 1,000. There will also be logistics tools. It sounds like that it's going to be almost like a combination of a consignment platform and like an auction company. So if you sell a lot of cards in a month, you'll be able to mail one package to Snipe, and then they'll send them to like the 200 people. So you don't have to worry about mailing out individual cards. I don't know if that causes delays or not, but it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. Also, if you're a buyer, you'll be able to hold all purchases with Snipe for up to 30 days to only pay one shipping cost back to your house. So imagine like on eBay, if you could say, hold all my purchases to the end of the month and then charge me $10 to if I bought 15 cards, and instead of paying $10 15 times.
Mhm.
Which I think is kind of, but you have the option to get the card right away or have them hold it for cheaper shipping. They're also going to do extended bidding on auctions. So you can put in one of the options, this is kind of interesting. So let's say an auction ends like 3 days from now. You can place, and probably hence the name Snipe, what's called the Snipe bid, that will place that bid with 2 seconds left in the auction. So you don't have to be there to snipe exactly when the auction ends. Oh, what do you guys think of that?
I like it. I like being the one to do it. It adds to the excitement for me, but
Yeah, maybe.
I'd like to address maybe some other points. I'm very down with competition. Just this morning, I finally made a deal with a guy in Canada, and for 3 items on eBay, and it was $55. It was like $54.48. The shipping came out to $64. And with the that was shipping, not the taxes, okay? And then add the taxes, so we're at 2/3 of the whole price, increased all from the services rendered, not the item.
Is that because of the million postal strike?
I don't have an answer to you. I messaged the seller right away. This is the scary part, okay? I messaged the seller right away. I said, "Hey man, I think you made a mistake. My shipping is over $64." And do you know what he told me? I'm so sorry. I had $9.99 on each of the items. Let me consolidate them. I'm like, whoa. $30 is not $64.18. So eBay's adding. I'm really sick and tired of trying to understand what I'm paying for on the dollars and cents front. It's driving me insane. So I'm very down with any type of competition. This strike, I don't even blame the strike. I blame gouging. I blame opportunity. Like immediately giving the cost to the consumer is ruining the fabric of our economy, and I think it's going to rear its ugly head sooner than later. but that's insane. I'm not paying over $64 in shipping for 3 cards worth 55 bucks. And then my Canadian tax on that.
That's crazy, dude. That's
it's
crazy.
I paid it. I paid it because I wanted the 3 cards. I paid it like an idiot.
Ooh.
So I wish Probstein nothing but the best. eBay deserves to be really competed with. And I hope somebody with lots of money can do something. I hope this snipe works. I hope something else works. Competition is always the best for the consumer. When there's a monopoly, and I think eBay kind of has one, but it's our fault. We're using it all the time, right?
Yeah. There's one more feature. I want to have that big picture conversation. The juiciest feature, though. No, sorry. I got to mention this.
Well, I'm done.
Well, no, I think you're going to have more comments. Snipe will be adding a chat feature to the auctions.
Oh, I'm in. I'm all over.
Oh, really?
Listen up, bucko. What are you adding $3 for? That's not where. Yeah, that'll be great. That's it. That's the win right there, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll be chill, like repeat, because that's the Probstein does not have the most deserved or not. I don't know, but they don't have exactly a squeaky reputation. So we'll see how that plays out. So I agree with everything you said. The one thing though that I'm starting to think about as the hobby grows and more companies enter and have different ideas, and you're right, competition is great. All these features are new innovations that I hadn't heard before, and I love to see people try them. My one reservation, though, is that there's so many marketplaces now. It's like, how many are sustainable, really?
That's the only reason eBay is eBay for us and our cards. They have the inventory. As soon as you take my card post, our friend Mark's website
100%.
is 1,000, not 2x, 1,000x better than eBay. Better for pictures, better for deals, better for everything. It breaks my heart that guy doesn't have the biggest platform ever. It kicks the living crap out of eBay. eBay who? What? What is this, from the 70s? Mark's what is it? My card post?
My card post.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Is 1,000,000 times better than eBay. And it's not even 1/1000th of that. And why? Because he doesn't have the inventory in there. So you can have a great idea, but I think you said it a few minutes ago. We're comfortable. We're comfortable with eBay. Look at me. I'm the idiot who just spent over $80 for $55 worth of cards.
Comfort is part of it, but capacity is another thing. So I like my old world, the technology and marketing world that I came from. You talk to, like, I was a consultant for a long time, and you talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, and everybody wants an app for their business. Oh, I got to have an app. Got to have an app.
Like boss.
So what I would always do is I would explain to them, because there's a lot of data on apps, and it's, I think, germane to this conversation, where I think the average person, this is a little old right now, has like 40 apps downloaded on their phone and uses between 7 and 9 every month. And so it's the attention economy almost more so than anything else. And so what a lot of it's comfort, but it's also capacity for us to remember.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're not wired to say, oh, I want to buy a card. Well, what's the 17 different marketplace options that I have? I'm going to sit and roll through them, right? We go to that default, and comfort is part of that, and what we're used to, what we have experience in, where we know that we can find cards we want. And so what I think is going to end up happening, actually, is that where there's divergence, where we're kind of like in a period of that, where you have all these competitors popping up, trying to introduce their unique spins on the marketplace, which creates a lot of innovation, that eventually we're going to hit a period of convergence where the big companies are going to start to buy the littler companies, and they're going to buy their customer bases, and then they're going to buy their innovation and assimilate those into their marketplaces. Because ultimately, and again, Mark is one of my great friends. I hope he's one of, and the guy deserves to be, you know, that where if you got to the point where you had 6 solid options instead of like 30,
yeah,
right? That I think that ultimately that's probably what's best for the consumer.
I have no idea how eBay hasn't not only bought my card post, but buy it and make that like a new tab on your eBay, and that's your eBay for sports cards.
Yeah, and my card post would be bought because like big companies, they don't have time to start things from scratch. They need to add features and revenue instantly because they are constantly living up to Wall Street expectations. So they would buy a big auction house or an online platform before they would ever start a new one themselves.
Listen, I wish Probstein nothing but the best. eBay is not in touch with the sports card collecting. You can look at any commercial in the last 5 years. It's all very politically pleasing, we'll say. There's nobody in those commercials, and I know it's marketing and whatnot, but eBay does not have their finger on the pulse of the sports card community. Now, what I just said is absolutely ludicrous, considering they're the biggest market to buy cards and everything. But my point is, somebody like Mark, like him or hate him, Probstein, they understand because they're collectors as well. So they're the ones to beat somebody like eBay. Beat eBay. eBay will just buy anybody that's anything threatening, right? But I wish they would. I wish they would hire a guy at eBay to,
Well, eBay has the big first mover advantage. They were the first big online auction platform. And that provided them a huge lead in the race. That'll be tough to ever really catch.
And they're probably more they're probably more pleasing to other companies, like to governments, to companies, to what I said earlier. Like the consumer is always bending over. It's everything is always like, oh, that's happening. Well, put it in the cost of the thing. I'm a bit vexed right now because of all that shipping and taxes I paid.
Phil's mad at eBay.
Phil's mad.
It's a love-hate thing. The only thing I love is how everybody uses it, and there's hockey cards on there. Pretty much strongly dislike everything else they do. Like, come on, the authenticity program, it's for your safety. Oh, get over yourself. So who's making money where? Who's making money where? Come on, you damaged one of my cards authenticating it.
I hate how it adds like weeks to getting your card.
Yes.
Like I have a card I'm very excited about.
That doesn't. I hate the ridiculous premise. That's what I hate.
Well, you get like 40 packages a day. Me and Louie, we cherish our cards. So when we get them,
I don't like when people tell me that they're doing something on my behalf and it's a positive thing and it's for my safety. Let me be the judge of that, okay? If I bought a fake card, I'll judge that, and that's my fault. Let me waste my money. I don't.
Is that a good service for a new collector though, that maybe doesn't have the ability to judge?
I don't know. I know the new then put some worth on the new collector. Do your due diligence, man. What did people do before the internet? How do they research products?
Oh, I think people bought a lot of fake cards because they didn't know better. But then maybe ignorance is bliss, that they just love their card.
You got to slip, fall, and break a few bones before you get good at the thing, man. Come on. If you're spending $5,000 on a card and you're a new collector and you may bought a fake card, well, you get the fake card, buddy.
Oops.
Yeah.
New product releases brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner MINTINK. We had the pleasure again to chat with one of our favorite people in the hobby, Johnny Amendola, who of course is the MINTINK founder. A few days ago, had a lot to talk about with him, from Rip Party to the Expo, VanCity Card Show, opening a new shop, and his hobby outlook as the new NHL season approaches. So we hope you enjoyed this conversation with MINTINK's Johnny Amendola. We are excited to welcome back Johnny Amendola to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. Hey, Johnny, it's been a minute. How are you?
Yo.
I'm fantastic. I am doing fantastic. I wish I had microphones like you guys. I do, but I'm using the headset today, so I hope we're still good.
No, you sound amazing, dude. Okay, so you were most recently in Vancouver. How was that?
So Vancouver is beautiful. First of all, like I was in Vancouver for the VanCity Card Show, but before we talk about the card show, let's talk about, like, Vancouver is gorgeous. They have the ocean and the mountains. It rains a bit, and it's never really too hot or too cold. But I mean, there's just something about it. I love it. The time zone change messes me up every time I come home from the West Coast. I end up with a sinus infection or something. It's just weird. I think it's the air. By the second day, my lips are chapped. But you know what? I'll take it because it's worth it. The card show, VanCity Card Show, was actually awesome. Big shout out to Richard and Eddie and Arvin and Riley and the doctor and all the team there for making it happen. It was incredible. Year over year, it couldn't even compare. Like, last year was great. This year was exceptional.
So you went last year too?
I did. Last year I set up. Adam and I set up. And it was great. We had a great weekend. This year we didn't set up. Freddie and I went out. We were out there for a few days early. We had some business to attend to, and we're doing some networking and some other stuff. And so we went out and we did some buying and some selling, and there was a lot of great people. We met a lot of people, had a lot of conversations. It was super humbling to hear so many people on the West Coast talk about, MINTINK and how much they love what they see,
Nice.
in the socials or the limited interactions that they've had with us and, our lives or buying online sort of thing. But the show was awesome. It was, I would say, 50-50 TCG sports, which right now is, pretty much the norm. And I think there is a ton of overlap happening. So I think it was a really good, mix. And there was a lot of moving and shaking, lots of deals, lots of money flying around. Like,
Good.
we spent a pile of cash. We sold a bunch of stuff. The trade night was great. The networking events after hours were great. It was a great show. Gotta say, it was a really, really, right after Toronto, it's got to be the second biggest show in the country now. So again,
Wow.
Big shout out to Richard and the team, and of course, Karn and the Slap Sharks teams. MINTINK X Slap Sharks X Gongshow is a thing. I got to tell you, Karn, I just bring it back to Vancouver. We had such a good time, and I realized, and I look up on your screen and I realized that the logo, and they're, like myself, they're a big sponsor of the show, and I got a lot of time for those guys. They're doing such great things for the hobby. I think, we have a lot of similarities in the sense of like, it's just a really good experience. I have a pile of cards right here, and I'll show you real quick. Sorry to digress, boys, but you guys love hockey. So I got this.
We do.
Fanimation Mitch Marner.
All right.
I got a Bedard to 10. That's a really nice Bedard, that one.
Very nice.
Here's another one of those. That's way there.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. More Bedards. Some Celebrini. Gets better. There's that guy. And then check these two out. That's priority signings 3 of 3.
Beautiful.
And then this is an unbelievable look at that PSA 10 Cosmic.
Amazing.
So a reason I showed you all these is these will all be live on Slab Sharks in about 2 weeks, because you know what? Slab Sharks does such a great job making buying hockey cards an experience. Why wouldn't I use them? Right. So MINTINK, X Slab Sharks, X Freddie, Karn, and the team, Rich. Yeah, I can't say anything but great stuff about them. It was an amazing show. You guys should try to get there next year.
We definitely plan to do that. We're going to Saskatoon this week. And so
I can't make it. I wanted to try to swing it, but I know, you guys are very involved there. I wish you guys tremendous success. I hope it's a great show. The high tide raises all ships.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Of course. Yeah. It's good for everyone. What's the coolest thing you saw at the VanCity show?
It's two cool things. One thing I saw in person was the 10 illustrators, which is insane if you know Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And then Quarantine Breaks, Luke, he connected the 2 patches of Bedard, the Mega Jumbo 1 and 2, which was really cool. But the coolest thing was just to see the space thrive. Yeah. Like I'm so heavily invested in this space to go to a show, they're only their second one, and to see boom, like that, it just makes me feel really, really, really confident and really good about it. So that was the coolest thing I saw.
Yeah, the hobby's booming right now. So, and I think when you were commenting, what struck me, and I'm always reminded of, especially on the hockey side, but I think just general the hobby, this industry is not real big. And so if you have aspirations to make a business out of it or to make it your career, you have to invest in networking and meeting people and building relationships. And that's, you can't really lone wolf it, I don't think.
Your net worth is your network. The money doesn't come before the network. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way to put it. Okay, so one of the questions that I had for you is in relation to an announcement that you guys made a couple weeks ago, and that MINTINK is expanding into Ajax. I looked it up on a map to see where it is. It looks like it's north of you.
East.
Okay.
Yeah. East, and it's like my hometown region. So,
Okay.
yeah, GTA we're about 8 million people in the whole Golden Horseshoe, and it's split up into a few regions: York, Peel, Durham, Toronto, Niagara, and Halton. So, I'm from Durham region, and that's where the store is, and it's so exciting to be going home, baby. I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
so excited. Yeah, you can't tell.
How long has that been in the works?
Oh my goodness! So the last like year and a bit, we've been really top level strategy reorganizing. We really want to take the MINTINK experience. I mean, I'd love to take it right across Canada. I think it's an amazing experience. I think we really get the era that we're in, so to speak, or if I talk with the cool kids, we get the culture, and it's not for everybody, but it's for a lot of people, and I'm okay with that. So it's super exciting. We hope I hope to be open end of November at the latest. The issue is it's not easy in the GTA to get stuff done, permits and so much red tape. So like our stores are very robust and our security is very robust. So like there's a lot of engineering and fire safety. Like our stores have vestibules that have mag locks like hospitals. Like it's designed for you not to be able to get in, but it's also designed if you don't want to get out, you don't get out either. So
Okay.
and engineers and fire. So fingers crossed. We will be open winter 2025 before the holiday season. And yeah, that's exciting, and I hope lots more in 2026.
So I
That's
come
awesome.
from a branding background, marketing, and one of the hardest things about you have your store, you guys have built an amazing experience, you've created a vibe, you have the MINTINK culture. Uh, I'll tell a very quick story. So my brother's a successful chiropractor in my hometown, and I asked him once, well, it's like, well, how do you expand as a chiropractor? And he says, you don't, because the business is about you. And if I were to open a clinic in the town 25 minutes away, that's not going to be me. And I know that hobby shops are a little bit different, but it's always when you go from one entity now to start to expand outwards, I would assume one of the biggest considerations is how do we ensure that even someday if you're in Vancouver, that the MINTINK experience, like McDonald's, right, is consistent from the Vaughan flagship store all the way across the country. Is that something you put a lot of thought into?
1,000%. It's funny, like you say Vancouver, I say like small town PEI where my wife is from, or Quebec, which is a whole different way, or Saskatoon, or down the road in Toronto again. So it's funny you say McDonald's. So I preach this a lot, and when I'm talking to my stakeholders, I'm like, and my vendors and my suppliers and just all the partners, because this is like it takes a village, and I'm telling them about our plans and getting their support, because it's important, because like McDonald's, the French fries always taste the same. The burger is always the same.
Yes.
You go to Tim Hortons, the coffee is always the same. If it's not, it's generally because the unfortunately there's an error, the human in the recipe, let's say. So creating that sort of structure, and having, all of a sudden we have 65, 75 SOPs in place and org charts. And then it's about onboarding and training and really like a different kind of culture. Now it's about, understanding that culture. So the brand consistency and guideline and mandate is extremely important, but the operator of said establishment is equally as important. So if you look at McDonald's and you look at the franchise owner or corporate stores, like they're the same sort of type of person. So our space has grown so much that YouTube creator is a job, and well, so is sports card breaker now. So is I'm a retail manager at a chain of EB Games, or I'm a retail manager at a chain of Best Buys, or I run an Aldo store, or I run a card store. Like it's a mainstream thing now. So what's happening is you're seeing a lot of talent that is looking at this saying, I mean, hey, like, why not take a shot, or why not take my skills to that space? And I'm already a purist or a hobbyist. So it's very important that the consistency is there. And I would say like that's the reason we're taking our time. You guys know I have 2 speeds now and right now, and I'm taking my time here because it's like you got to do it right. We had a second store. It was more like an outpost. It was a 600 or 700 square foot. It was a spot in Toronto, drop off, pick up, and we ran it for the entirety of the lease. The neighborhood changed. There was no parking anymore, so economically, like it just didn't make sense to keep it going. And versus a model there. Now, if we were to go back downtown, I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't looking. It'll be a much different, experience. And I can also tell you, like, in the vicinity of our HQ, we're 8 million people here. So in the GTA, the experience is so close to home. So what happens is you have this great big HQ. Like today, there was 50 kids here for Pokemon Day, school's holiday. They're driving from all over the region. You're going to drive on a Saturday. Like we're right down the road from Wonderland. So, you're going to just like a Six Flags. You're going to drive we have people that drive here from Sudbury on a Saturday because they want to hang out for 5 hours, go through the dollar. They go across the street and get a panino, whatever. So what we're doing in the Toronto area is we're really reaching out more, our collectors that are a little further, maybe we're giving them a little bit of an easier way to connect with us. And then really like the mainstream retail side of the business is something that MINTINK is really sort of taking on. So if we think about Mastermind or Toys R Us, what is that like? So we're not just a card store. We're a whole collectibles experience, So
well, hey,
I think that's it.
On that topic of
Yes.
you placing stores, this is a perfect segue because we were talking about McDonald's. Now we're talking about new shops. McDonald's could put a new shop up 10 minutes or a new restaurant up 10 minutes away and they're still going to bang it out. How do you have to decide where you're going to put your next shop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
What's it take to find a location?
So food is based off, their formula is so easy. It's like they understand how dense of a population they need to sell X amount of subs or X amount of burgers, and they literally get a map. I have some great experience with some larger retailers in Canada through my marketing career, 100 chain food and 100 chain of automotive service. So 2 same but different. So generally it's exactly that. Like we know X amount of people and need tires. So here's in this space, it's very different. There's also lots of competition, and I think competition is very healthy. Every time I come on the show, I say the same thing. Like this is a great market if you're a consumer because you have so much choice. So in a market that's this healthy, the consumers are ultimately the ones that should be winning. So, the more value, convenience and ease you can give to those consumers. But I think, Louis, like population and then I do a lot of consumer data. Like, I do a lot of focus groups. We'll send some surveys out. I mine all of my own data. Like we live in a world where, between Shopify and ChatGPT, I can. It's ridiculous how much information. We have door counters that are like, Ethernet in and talking to Google all day. So I think that you're right. There definitely is a secret sauce. And I have one, but I would say it's macro is the people are really telling me both ways. They're telling me with their mouths and they're telling me with where I'm shipping orders to the most.
Got it.
As we've talked with you before, your story is awesome, and it's a very much an entrepreneurial story, and it's up and down, and timing is so important. And as you came in, we were in the pandemic, and then you had to navigate that, and the hobby itself ebbs and flows. What's giving you the confidence that a solid foundational hobby market is here to stay, where you're ready to scale?
So, I mean, wow, like everything. So, whether I go macro or right to the minutia of it all, every piece of data, like, look at this week's Pokemon release as an example. I've never seen anything like it before. So it's a supply demand thing. And the manufacturers are doing a great job not overproducing. I know that from experience because I sell out of stuff and the demand is still crazy for it. So I mean, number one, that's a massive delta. Number two, again, I go back to my own data. I see the new customers. I see the asset class being created at the top. And when that much money is coming into the space, I don't care where it comes from. When that much money is coming into the space, it goes, the funnel goes down. So it's like if you go look at MINTINK social media today or my social media, you're gonna see like dozens of kids. Look at the parents behind the kids, how dialed in they are. Like that tells me everything I need to know. Now, how long it's going to last, how long the lift is. I mean, I think I know, or I have a really good idea from our point of view, what my threshold is on all that too. I'm not going to share that, but I think that you just have to, so I hear one brother be, oh, there's 5 shows this weekend. There's too many shows. And then first of all, there's 8 million people that live in Toronto, in the Toronto area. If I'm in Oakville, why would I drive to Whitby for a show if there's a show in Cambridge or Hamilton or Mississauga first? If I'm in Barrie and there's a show in Bradford, why would I drive to the show in Leaside in Toronto? So geographically, I know you might not know the area, but these are all like, if I can drive 20 minutes, why should I drive 90 minutes? And you'll have 3 shows in the same day and they're all packed. The shelves at Walmart are empty. I'm telling people we're sold out of stuff all day.
Could you imagine, Josh? Could you imagine if we had to decide where we were going that day?
Yeah, it's ridiculous here. We've talked about that before. There's 2 things that I think are really important as far as what give me, I guess, confidence that, and not, there's always going to be ebbs and flows, right? But there's a
100%.
There's a lot of speculation that this
tariffs were a disaster this year.
Sure,
that cost myself and my colleagues a ton of money, and that's bottom line. Like we all took it. So,
but you weathered it though.
Kudos to everybody. Kudos to the space thriving and the customers for supporting all of us, because like I didn't see anybody letting people go. Like there are a lot of industry got crushed. Like September 1st was too late.
Yeah. The 2 things though that I point to are first that we're seeing a lot of institutional money come into this industry, and why that's significant to me is these are people who professionally spend money to make money, and they don't F around, for the lack of a better. So when they put money into a space, they do so with tons of research, and they're all Ivy League and have degrees that we can never get, and they're very serious about making money. And so that tells you one thing. The other thing too is, when Michael Rubin came in and first acquired the licenses for baseball, basketball, and then football, and much was said about 10xing the hobby. I don't know how you felt, but I was like, well, that sounds great, but I know a concept of how you would do that. And I feel like I'm starting to see and I do give him a lot of credit for, I think that collecting has become very mainstream. When you have Tom Brady opening up card stores and he has every celebrity, it's, for what, 50 years, it's been dorks like us that have been in. Now cool people do it.
Right. I was on a call today with the politician, and I said, like, we got into this and then with nothing to do with the call, we just started shooting the breeze. And I said, I summed it up, and I basically said, it's cool to collect today. I know that sounds cliche for us, but okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Like kudos to Michael Rubin, because what they've done for the space. I think, and Josh, listen, they took this space that was 100 years old and just marketed it. Like, I mean, people ask me, how did you build MINTINK so fast, so big, so fast? Well, I saw it. I believed in it. We wrote a huge check and said, let's go. And we marketed the crap out of this brand for 6 years, and I still do. My biggest expense every month is marketing. Well, I'm competing with people that have been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. I have to build supply chain, this and that. I saw a commercial today of Emma Roberts. If you have not seen this, it's on the Fanatics or the Tops feed. It is incredible. Why are the other manufacturers across the board not doing more of that? I don't know. Josh, you and I come from that world, so it just makes sense to us. But I mean, listen, it's 100% in the mainstream. Like I have the OVO guys on tour in England buying cards from us. Like, you know, the people that are moving and shaking in the world today, and I guess the world today of influence is social media, are a bunch of 20 and 30 sums, and they think this is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like,
and the people that spend the money get it. The 18 to 44 run the world. Let's go. You're in the age of acquisition. We need you. I said this today, you know, the difference from when we were, you know, young, that's the difference. It's like, I'm not like, this place will be packed tonight for trade night. This is 20 to 40-year-old males and females that are like, this is whether it's a hobby or they're moving and shaking. Like I when I was 25, I loved collectibles, but I wasn't going out on a Friday night to hang out with card people. Like now, 20 years later, like that's all I want to do.
Well, the
And
hobby
so do
we grew
100
up in
other
is like sweaty old weird guys in a church basement.
Yeah, and you still
I'm
see
sorry.
some of that. And what's happening now is the destruction. Now, the one thing, you know, we've talked about it a couple times over the last couple of years with you guys is like, you know, a lot of the, you know, purists that are now finally waking up and saying, okay, yeah, maybe it is a little bit more fun. It is a little bit, there's more, like I hear people still tell me they'll go in a store and they're greeted by some, you know, grumpy dude that just get out of here. Like I have people that'll sit there for 4 hours. If they spend $2, I don't care. Like whatever. They spent 4 hours here, not there.
Well, personally, I'm really, really excited to partner with you on Rip Party. We've been mentioning it for a while now and couldn't think of a better, you know, we're graduating out of our dumpy little Airbnb into like a real
nice
deal event space. It was fun. And we had a lot of fun doing it that way, but it'll be on a whole different scale this year. And I was telling you beforehand that the donations have been insane. And the whole point of Rip Party is this, and I beat this drum endlessly on the show, is when everybody gives, everybody wins. It's a night about giving back to the hobby. We've had over 50 boxes donated, including the cups.
Amazing.
And tons of Ultimate, tons of Premier. People have donated cases, which is crazy of stuff. And it's all been individual collectors. And one of the things that our good friend here, Johnny, offered to do, didn't even ask him. He just offered. He said, well, what if I make it easy for people to donate? And if you want to go to mintink.ca and buy any box, and if you choose in-store pickup and use a promo code RIPPARTY, RIPPARTY, you'll get 10% off. And then they'll just keep it and they'll attach your name to the box so we know who donated it, and it'll be right there for Rip Party. What that does is it eliminates you shipping stuff, which is a more expense as for your donation. It just makes it super efficient, and I think it's very gracious to give people a discount and for you to be giving more than you already have to support that. So thank you very much for doing that.
Absolutely. And I'll take it one step further, 2 steps further. So first of all, yes, Rip Party will get you 10% off select pickup. It also saves these guys from having to take the stuff across the border and all that stuff. The other thing we'll do, the other thing we'll do is I will, Adam's back from vacay. This is airing. He's back in a few days. I will get him to put a handful of products that we have excess. I'll get him to create a side category where I'll drop everything down to cost and with limits, so I can donate a few that way. And you can drop it in your Discord and your socials and people can go there as well. And I'll donate, I'll donate a case of the new Series 1 as well for you guys.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just not ripping boxes all night. My shoulders won't be able to take 100 boxes.
We're going to have so many boxes. We have professional breakers coming in.
It's going to be fun.
Some of I know you guys are on Whatnot every day now anyways, so
I'll make sure a few of our guys will be ready to go. Yes, Maz and the crew
we're going to have to get through them. We're going to have to get through them. But no, I mean, honestly, it's when we asked you if you were interested in hosting, you said yes immediately. And you have no idea what that means to us. And like this is our big event of the year. We want to give back to the hobby. We want to celebrate the hobby. And again, I can't thank you enough for helping us to make that happen.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to partner with you guys. And you know what? I built this place to host events. So, I mean, I'm so happy that it's being used for that, especially for such a good thing and a good cause. And yeah, it sounds like we're going to give away a ton of stuff, which is awesome.
Well, the tariffs going away or minimized or I guess whatever they are, has coinciding with hockey coming back. So that's got to be a little bit of a relief.
Yeah. The allure, when we were on pre-order was tariff price. So like that was a great example. The box price dropped like $50.
Oh my
You know,
gosh.
it's back to a $150, $60 box as opposed to a $220 box Canadian.
That's huge.
25%, man. Think about the cup. We got, so as an operator, like, you know, Cup and SPA got tariffed and we're pegged against your price. So we lost, you know, most of all of our margin on our two best sellers this year, thanks to the tariff.
Ouch. Well, that's
You know,
well, but
yeah,
the good news is
so-
that the corner turns very quick in this hobby, and we're already on to 25, 26.
We
We've
are
got
already, yes. Demidov is on the way. Yeah.
Demidov is on the way. Do you feel like, are you excited about the whole Demidov phenomenon? Do you think that will drive sales? Or
I mean, first of all, I'm drinking an acai berry and I'm looking at my teeth and I'm like, I'm going to start talking like this. My wife's going to say, were you drinking wine? So, I mean, listen, I've said it before and you guys know better than me because you're the hockey card gurus. The Quebecers are crazy for hockey cards.
Yes.
And they're crazy for their Habs. And they're calling this guy the demigod. The guys at Card Chasers have the best videos. They're all over this. They have him at their store. Here, I'm giving I love it. The high tide raises all ships. I'm giving them the best plug ever. These guys have the best content, and I think mine's pretty good. But they have this guy at their store on release day. I might drive to Montreal for release day to go hang out with these guys. Yeah, so like it's gonna be crazy. And listen, like the kids seems to be pretty good. I think that Habs team, I'm not a Habs fan. My wife's family is, so I have to be a hardcore Leaf fan. But I think that they're a bunch of young kids. I think they're going to be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think he's gonna really push, and I think that Bedard, you know, they're gonna maybe put some talent around him. I think a lot of people aren't giving him credit. I mean, he's on the worst team on paper in the last 3 decades. But I think him and Celebrini have a chance to have decent seasons, and then this guy, I mean, it's going to be really good for the hockey.
There's a lot of young talent. I mean, there's tons of players to chase right now, and that's got to be relieving to us because that's in business you want to control everything, and that's sort of out of your control.
Yeah, it's basketball as a great example. In between Wemby and Cooper Flag is a much weaker class, and you see that right away with the demand, which is what you're saying. So yeah, like and listen, if this kid pans out the way he's supposed to, there's a couple other sleepers in the draft, and then we get into McKenna, Misa. You know what? We could have a really good 25, 26, 27. And I think based on your question from earlier, I think I would be remiss if this type of now, the wave might not always be like this, and you don't want it to. Remember, I'm going to point this out because the market's crazy right now, and it's the 3rd time or the 4th time we're in the bubble, just saying. So I think it's a 125-year-old space, cyclical, fine. You have hundreds of millions or billions of people's eyes now that we didn't have before. But I'd say like 18 to 36 months still. You've got a lot of talent across all the sports leagues. You've got Topps and Panini fighting for licensing and all this and that. So that's creating, headlines. You've got all these manufacturers competing with each other, which again is giving consumers better products. Quality control gets better, more hard signed autos, less sticker autos. Like the innovate, and you guys know I'm privy to these meetings with a few of the manufacturers, and I got to tell you, they are all doubling down on the customer experience. They are all trying to bring. So to Josh's point earlier about institutional money is one thing, and then the amount of investment and reinvestment that the current sort of main entities are putting in the space should speak volumes to it as well. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't be spending the kind of money they were if they didn't think it still had quite the shelf life. Like you said, this is what they do for generations, right?
Yeah, we've all had issues at times, like with any manufacturer with Upper Deck. I think though, and I'm curious if you agree with this, especially like I don't know how far to go back, but especially over the past 6 months, I think Upper Deck has done very well on their new products.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you see here, like I'm in the comments, there's a lot like they've done a much I'm not gonna say a better job because I think they always did a great job. It's
They
pretty
always did a
tough.
good job, yeah.
You know,
I
but
just
yeah,
feel like that it's gone a level
oh
up.
yeah. The last few releases have been actually fantastic. You know what I'm really excited for is Batman PMGs are coming out in October. Like that's
with the
going to be
DC thing?
awesome. Yeah, that's going to be so cool. And you know, PMGs, that'll be a good tell because that's usually a set that has some, you know, those are tough cards for quality. But yeah, you know, Ultimate was really good. The artifacts has been really good. The flagships, you know, you can tell a lot by the gem rates. If you look at PSA and Beckett and those rates, you can see quality. And that also is indicative of why, you know, some of these past years, 18, 19, 20, there's a few years in there. I'm not exactly sure which one, so please don't eat me up in the comments. But, you know, 1 year will have like a 70% gem rate, one has a 20. And then, of course, it's indicative of why this guy might not be quite as good as this guy, but his card's worth more because there's 200 of one and 1,400 of the next closest guy to him. So I think it's better. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Phil's not here.
They all do.
Yeah, fair. Well, I was just saying, Phil's not here, so I get to ask you a Maple Leafs question, which I'm excited about. So here's one of the things that I feel like I've noticed, and you would definitely know being a shop in Toronto. So Mitch Marner is no longer with the Maple Leafs, and it seems like our Golden Gopher, Matthew Nyes, row the boat, Sky Yuma, go Gophers, has kind of slid into that hobby spot a little bit. He seems hotter than dog snot right now. Is there a lot of interest in your shop?
There's one.
Oh yeah.
So there's one. I don't sell Matthew Nice. There's a lot of interest in my head.
Really? You're on board. You're on Team Nice.
Yeah.
You're
this kid. Yeah, I am 100% on Team Nice, like all in. Anybody that's watching this that's in my single sales every week, they hate me because I see a Nice. Oh, not for sale. I let a guy take one the other day because he paid over sticker. I was like, I gotta take the cash. I gotta make payroll. You know, gotta eat. But I think he's going to be great. I absolutely think he's going to be great. I also think Bobby McCann is going to have a good season. I think the Leafs are great. I think they're great. I mean, if they didn't listen, Sam Bennett ran over our goalie, or it's a whole different playoffs. So,
okay. Well, yeah.
Why are you laughing? It's true. You guys are Minnesota fans. Like, where's Kirill Kaprizov's market these days?
I know.
Guys?
Yeah. Now I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think it's going to be good. I'm PCing him, and MINTINK is investing into Matthew Nice. Yes.
Oh.
He seems like a really good kid too, and you know, someone that's.
Yeah.
I've just been amazed. Like his prices are strong. Holy.
He's going to be at Expo. Pretty sure they.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. We just got that back. That's the E-Pack. Oh, sorry guys. I know you guys love. So wait, can I put a call out? I need this card. I need the highest grade. If you're a hockey card listener and you're a fan, the card I'm showing, if you're not watching, is Stanley Cup. I had a 5. I upgraded to a 6. Big shout out to the great folks at Morrison's Trading Post. I need the 8 or the 8.5. If you have it, call me. I am a buyer. I want the best version. Karn had it and he sold it. I'm mad about that.
He needs it. He needs an 8 or 8.5, but mark it up another 10% because we'll air this, and that's our cut.
Yeah, listen, and I'm the market says if somebody wants it, they're going to pay whatever. So send that. That's proof of concept. I will pay 10% over the last comp for that card because I think there's like only 1 or 2 of them.
Sure.
Has Stature been a huge hit for you guys?
Stature we sold out of. Stature was incredible. The demand Stature was. I have not received so many emails asking me, "Hey, Johnny, you got a case?" Since Bedard Series 2.
Wow.
Yeah, that this was a big one for Upper Deck to execute on. I don't think over the past year and a half we've gotten any other question more than when is Stature coming back?
Yeah. I knew it was coming back. I was pretty excited. That was a tough secret to keep for a while. You know, but yeah, they knocked it out of the park. It's so good. And it's like sold out. Can't get it anywhere. So you see the price is just going up and up and up now. I might have some more in the vault.
Yeah. That would be smart. Our boy California
maybe
keeps trying to buy cases to stash away, and then he opens them, and then he has to buy another case.
Yeah, I have that problem too. Dave's a great guy. One of your listeners, Dwayne, was in my store right before I came on the show. He's gonna send you guys a photo. We took a photo. So
cool.
You guys are everywhere. I love it.
That's awesome. What else are you excited about as far as, are you guys doing anything special at the expo? Are you going to have your trade night again on Saturday night as well?
Yeah. So hold on. Got to give a shout out, big shout out. You guys as one of the sponsors as well. Our golf tournament was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huge success. 3rd annual. We raised another 15 grand for the charity towards our $100,000 commitment. We had 120 golfers. We have already people lining up for next year. So that's so exciting. So big shout out anybody that's listening. Grant and Karn and their teams all were a great big part of it. So thanks again to the whole hobby community for that. Mental health is very important. So it's a pleasure of ours to put all that together. So we are going to do trade night again.
Wait, can I stop you really quick? Because I want to mention
again.
something that I forgot too. So during Rip Party in our live stream, we're going to be doing a live donation on behalf of Mackenzie Health Foundation as well.
Oh, amazing. So and you know what we'll do? We'll donate that above and beyond. I want, because people will, I get it. People are going to say, oh, no, whatever you raise that day, we'll donate above and beyond. So it'll be 100,000 plus. Yeah. I'll make sure it's recognized separately. So that's amazing. Thank you. We've had quite a few people. We're so blessed. Like, again, this is such a great community. We've had quite a few people make some great donations to them on our behalf and behalf of the cause. So that's amazing. And that's something that will champion right across, the whole gambit of wherever MINTINK ends up in the world. So that's huge for us. So again, thank you for that. Expo, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming up. We have a few great events. We're back out in Durham on the October 19th. That's where the new store is. So we're really supporting that venue and that show. Expo is going to be amazing. Rip Party, the team's working on bringing a bigger, better experience, more product, more singles to the show. The trade night's going to be exceptional. Once again, of course. And again, we'll raise another $5,000 and we match it. We raise it. So it's like net proceeds. It is what it is. I'm donating the money. Most of the time we're fortunate, and the community does really come to the plate. So that's amazing. And then from there, I'm excited to get my Ajax store open because I want to open lots more stores.
Yeah. Well, geez, always a lot going on. And you're getting harder and harder to pin down. Jeez.
Right.
So we just added I'm the Pope. So it's funny because I hear that a lot, and it is what it is. I make sure I definitely try to allocate still hours in the shop to interact with customers. I try to make sure I'm live and do this. We're growing so fast. We've added 10 bodies since the last time we chatted. I'm working on some more senior leadership. So I hope to have more time to really, coast to coast. I just want to be out there promoting the brand. I want to be talking to more people like you guys and traveling and going to more shows. So I'm excited. We announced, I've been posting forward, and now my executive team is going through interview process, but we're bringing in a couple senior leaders to alleviate myself from the operational side of things so that I can really just get out there and grow the brand. So I'm really excited. I don't want to be hard to get a hold of. I built this brand and community by being available. I respond to every single DM I get still.
Yeah. Well, I can see you being like the chief culture officer or something like that going forward.
So I can't be the boss and the leader. So like when I got to be the boss, it's not this guy. Like I'm not an easy guy to work for. So I do want to be, I want to have the 4 or 5 people that need to report to me because, I need to be that. The culture is very important to me. Like we talked about earlier, if you don't buy into the vision of and the mandate and the morals and the values of MINTINK, it's like you can't work here. It's simple.
Well, you're doing it. Congratulations. Good luck with your opening in Ajax, and I have no doubt it will be successful. And you're just I think a great example of what can happen. It started with an idea, and it's been a few years of a nonstop work. But if you're persistent and you have a good plan and you're resilient, then good stuff happens.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, and everything you said is true. I've lived it a couple times, and I do like. I love what I do, and it's all I do. But I do have a lot. Like I sleep. Me and Steve Menzies, the owner of Expo, we have this conversation. He's like, "You don't sleep." I have this Aura ring, and I could show you my sleep scores. I sleep 8, 8.5 hours every night like a baby. The difference though is I wake up when my eyes are open until my eyes close, unless I'm playing with my dogs, hanging with my wife, the odd round of golf. This is all. As soon as I'm done with you guys, I'm going to open 5 boxes that I just emptied from the vault. I'm not here working today. I'm here because the cleaning ladies are at my house. I just want to open cards as like Johnny the Collector. So it's like, and you might consider that work because it's 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock on a Friday, and you say, "Are you kidding me? Where else do I want to be?" So I do have lots of balance. And maintaining that balance is important. And that's why I'm a little harder to get a hold of these days, because I don't want to burn out. I have too much left to bring to the table, I think, and MINTINK has so much still to do. So I'm committed. I'm committed to the experience. I'm committed to the space. I'll leave you with this too, if you don't mind. I'd love the feedback of your viewers. So if you know where to find me, I'm on Instagram. You can DM me. You can call me. I'm wondering, in Canada, we need to do a better job as a voice for the hobby. So I was like, we need a trading card association of Canada or something. So I've even contemplated starting a trade group like that says, not for anything other than, the tariff thing really put it together, because I think, a lot of voices are a louder voice, but, if there's more contingency in the space coast to coast, again, we're giving consumers a better experience. All I want is the hobby. The better, this is the other part of the answer. And I'm sorry I'm going on, but it's important to me. You ask about the longevity, like that's the whole thing. The more people like myself, the owners and operators and suppliers and vendors and service providers that, work collaboratively, the better. And the more, the better I almost said the more better, the better the experience, that we give to these consumers, the more they're going to stay engaged, the more they're going to stay wanting to collect, and the longer the shelf life of this crazy, run and what it becomes after that will ultimately be. So fundamentally, besides, of course, paying my bills and having some fun, that's what I think I'm after in this space from a giving back point of view. So I don't mind being that voice.
Beautiful. No, I think that's a great idea. And definitely send Johnny your feedback. And before we let him go, just again, a reminder, if you want to join the spirit of giving, that is Rip Party, you want to be part of an amazing event that gives back, Johnny and team at MINTINK have made it super easy to donate your boxes. You can just go to mintink.ca and find any box. And if you use the promo code Rip Party, and very importantly, choose pick it up and shop, you don't have to pick it up. They will know by the promo code and by choosing that option that this is a donation from Rip Party. They will label the box with your name so we can give you credit for your donation. And then it's easy peasy. You also get 10% off. So Johnny is giving in that regard too. And this is what this hobby is all about. So again,
real quick to that. If you're out of town and it won't let you pick up, there is an option, make an offer. Just click to make an offer, do a 10% discount, and just in the notes, because then we'll manually be able to send it back to you. The system won't let you pick up if you're in Vancouver, right? So, and then like I said, I'm going to drop, when Adam's back this week, I'll get him to put together a nice pile of stuff, and we'll drop in your Discord and on your socials of a bunch of clearance or discounted product that can be given away as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Amendola, you're a beauty. Can't wait to see you in a very short amount of time at the expo, and we'll chat with you on the show again soon.
Can't wait. Thanks,
See you,
guys.
buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks again to Johnny for taking the time to join our show. Looks like a lot of big things, of course, on the horizon for MINTINK. A big love for offering the discount on boxes for Rip Party 2 and donating a case, all the things he's doing. And remember, use the promo code RIPPARTY at checkout at mintink.ca if you want to donate, and choose in-store pickup to donate boxes to Rip Party. I do have one more that I'm very excited to talk about. New product releases story. A couple days ago, Upper Deck announced the return of Flair as a standalone set. That it's and again, so 25-26 Flair is scheduled. Hockey is scheduled to release in spring of 2026. Flair was first introduced in 1993 as a brand and has been covered by multiple sports. But not since 1996-97 has there been a standalone Flair hockey release. So it's been about a 30-year hiatus. Now, Flair cards have been in other sets. A lot of the Flair sets, like Flair Retro, Flair Ultra, has had some Flair cards. But 30 years is a long time. It's almost as long as it's in between girlfriends for you, Phil.
Yeah.
30 years. Must be rough. Okay, the new set will have hints or references to the early 90 versions of the product, but Upper Deck is promising a mix of nods to the past and new technology to highlight the latest, printing techniques. Although it's been quite a while since the last standalone Flair release, the brand has made, again, appearances as tons of inserts. Are you a Flair fan? Flair. Flair. I
No.
always think that's funny.
It just happened. What happened? I'll tell you. I am a Flair fan. I don't like saying the word.
Flair,
it's hard for me to say Flair. Like you, it's not a nice saying
Flair,
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. So I like the cards. I just don't want to say what they're from.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Louis?
I like them. They're not my favorite, but I like that they're doing this.
They have a Flair style to them, right? They have that nice, elegant, cursive thing. Elitist feeling. Yeah. Flair. They have that Flair to them.
Flair. You gotta say
on a selfish level, I really wish we would just get Flair Ultra on its own. Go buy a box of that.
Well, it is on its own, but it's on an e-pack. And that was my first question with this. Is like, well, is this going to be like a physical product or e-pack? I didn't see anything like spelled out in black and white, but it is on all the distributor websites, and they don't care about e-pack products. So I'm 95% certain that this is a physical product, which I think would be a big win.
Why in the world would you not put Flair as the e-pack only and put Fleer, the hard copy, at your brick and mortars? That's like, I want to be in that room when that decision is made. Like, guys, you know what? We really should put Fleer e-pack only again. We should. No. We heard everybody. Everybody loves what we did last year, but we're going to ignore what they want. We're going to put it back on e-pack, and we're going to surprise the hobby, and we're going to put Flair. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put Flair, which is less popular, and we're going to put that in the brick and mortar store and spend more money on it. I don't understand that conversation. I don't get it. Phil's hot. I'm hot. I don't get it. Makes no sense.
Well, thanks for doing that for me, Phil. You said exactly what I felt.
Yeah.
Was that a recording from Upper Deck, or did you have a transcript that you read? How did that?
And I'm still supposed to meet Mr. Mashra and have a contest with them about knowledge.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait for that.
Oh, I can.
Okay. So along with the announcement, though, Upper Deck has given a few preview images of some of the cards we're going to run through now. I am very, very excited about one of the cards. But we'll start with the base set. Very Flair esque, right? Where you have the multiple pictures, silhouettes. So they show like the base set rookies of our guy Zeev. And then the one interesting one, though, is the Spectrum parallel that I assume that they're numbered parallels. Has, much like your Slapsharks card, Louis, has not just two pictures of the player, but Artie Levshinov, who's the player in the sample, it's three photos of one player in one card.
That's awesome.
You Fantastic. Like that? I don't. Yeah. That gets a little.
I love it. No, I think I love when they do that. Yeah, I hate the same picture.
Yeah, three different ones at least. So that's good. And putting them in both home and away jersey is, I think, good. What do you think, Louis? Do you like the base set speak to you?
The first two, like the rookies and the parallel, but that I can't do three images on there like that.
Okay.
Now maybe if one of them was like on the center Kachuk one that was like black and white or kind of more transparent, I could do it, but not having them all just boom, boom, boom. It's like
yeah. Next one is the base inserts, and there's two examples that Upper Deck gave. The first one is Hot Mitts. It's a new set, but it's analogous to the old Hot Gloves. Phil, I said mitts. Hot Mitts, Phil.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 3-on-1 breakaway, and this one's kind of interesting. I don't love like the style and the photo, but if you read the description from Upper Deck, it's a layered card. So it looks almost like a mixed media art where if there's some tech, I could maybe get behind it if there's some really cool printing technologies behind it. But a flat sort of preview image, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
the
called
hot mitts.
three-
I like that. Hot mitts. It's good.
Yeah,
It's
just
good
say
hockey
mitts.
jargon.
Okay. Now here's where I start to get excited. It's the tech inserts. Wave of the Future it looks like the fun cousin of Liquid Gold, and I'm all in.
No, it's the poor man's liquid gold.
No.
Yeah.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
Well, the song's
Right?
wrong. The silver's a heavy number too. I'd buy palladium before I bought silver or rhodium, maybe.
Oh, stop.
What?
But okay, listen to the description of so it's all rookies. Again, Wave of the Future. They've got the Demigod, I believe, in there. And Upper Deck says it's a special texture, water-like technology.
Oh, that's cool.
Does it get
It's
you wet?
it's a California Dave card. Wave of the Future. It's a surfing card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am hopeful that this one's amazing. Then the other one, Touch of Flair, it looks a little like strange-ish on just the preview, but listen to the description. So it is a heat-sensitive insert. I don't know, like generic hypercolor. So they're printed on a special heat-sensitive ink that, when warmed up with touch, will reveal a secret.
Oh, for goodness sake. Who hired the hippie granola eater at Upper Deck? Oh my goodness. What is this? Is this is what somebody's Montessori kid did at class. And they're like, oh my God, what a great idea for a card.
This is the exact phrase from Upper Deck again. It sounds so dirty, like when you think about it. So, a special heat-sensitive ink that, when warmed up with touch, will reveal a secret.
Oh yeah. Get that with your triple latte and your soy milk.
Okay. Last preview card is Flash and Flair. It's a reimagined insert. These are PETG, which is a science term. And there's also a Flair version that's printed on Spectrum Light FX. Again, more science, but this is kind of cool if you like die-cut cards. It reminds me of like the colors and contours from MVP a little bit. So the configuration will be 10 packs per box, 4 cards per pack. Have not seen any pre-sale pricing as of yet, so I have no clue how much that will be. All right,
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
This should be like flagship pricing, I would think.
I would hope like 150 to 160 US.
Yeah, the absolute US.
I ain't buying it for that.
I'd buy Flair Ultra. I'd buy Flair for that, but I wouldn't buy Flair. Not Flair.
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 Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys for this? Like
1.5.
Okay.
7.5.
I'm a solid 8.5. This is what I love.
This is a Josh. Yeah, I'm a 7.5. If it was Flair, I'd be 9 out of 10. You'd be a 10.
Okay. Not Louis' thing. But
I'm fine with the base. I'm totally cool with the base.
Bring it to the base.
But the rest of it, no.
Yeah. You can have my base. I'll take the cool cards.
That's fine.
I'm just a sucker for anything Flair. So here we go. All right, Phil, you up? You ready?
Oh, we're at that time. Okay, here we go. All right, Gongshow Mailbag. Let's get into it. Some good questions this week, so let's discover which ones they are. This is not one of them. No, I'm kidding. Conscious collector.
We're starting
I don't remember what
on a low note.
I know. We just
We're
lost
teasing.
another Patreon
We
guy. I'm just
kid.
bugging, buddy. You were just the first one that Josh put up. All right. You head into the LCS, and there's some pretty good wax on sale. You've got a 3-box limit. Do you mix and match 3 different boxes you've been wanting to open, or get 3 boxes of one product, hoping to get a better hit from that product? I'll go first. I'd probably most likely go for the best deal and pick 3 boxes of that. Yeah.
Ditto.
Louis, what do you think?
I'm right with you.
All right, on, buddy. Josh?
I'm a mixer and matcher. I like to spice it up.
Yeah. There you go. Next one, Discord.
Great
Headphone
question, by the way.
activist. Hey, guys. With the new season right around the corner and fantasy drafts kicking off soon, I thought it would be fun of each of you to put together a dream lineup. 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and 1 goalie. Who makes your team? Any player, any era. We had one of these before, and I love these questions. So I'll go ahead. For center, I'd have Sidney Crosby. For right wing, I would have Marian Hossa. For left wing, I would have Gordie Howe. For defensive pairing 1, I would have Zdeno Chara. And defensive pairing 2, I would have Erik Karlsson, peak Erik Karlsson, if I can be more detailed. And in goalie, I cheated. I picked Hasek, but he'd probably get hurt if he went to the Olympics. So then I would put in Patrick Waugh.
Wow.
That's my answer. Louis, what do you think?
I made my line not based off any position. I just picked 3 forwards and went Lemieux, Modano, and Pavel Datsyuk. And then I want Jonas Brodin. Yes, I said that.
What?
And Kale McCarr on D. And then Marty B in net.
Well, my dream team's kicking the crap out of your dream team.
Really?
Yes, really.
Mm.
Are you serious right now?
I love Brodin on D.
That's fine. I will pick with logic and data points. You pick with your heart, and we'll see how that goes.
Well,
okay. I didn't think there was a right or a wrong here, so.
No, there definitely is, yeah. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
I'm pretty confident in my group. I've got Gretzky, Lemieux, Pavel Bure, Orr and Makar on the blue line, and Patrick Waugh in net.
Yeah.
I don't think Bure's a good fit there.
Real hard to pick the best guys.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Well, he said,
Louis,
who's your
trust me,
dream
you
lineup?
went up a lot in my books just after Josh gave his answer.
Oh, stop it.
Well, I'm just going to look at the top scorers of all time and pick them.
I think Bure was a controversial choice, but he got the
Yeah,
Russian
it is
rocket.
a good. Yeah, I don't know. It's more flash than meat.
You need a little flash.
He's like
Yeah.
that kid in Mighty Ducks. He's the rocket. He's fast but can't stop and
Yeah.
crashes into the boards.
Hey,
Great
I'm
accessory
willing to
piece.
take this team to the ice and settle it there.
Let's go.
You both lose. My team destroys both your teams.
Mhm.
Next question, Discord. Steelad. The new puck luck cards from Artifacts have a piece of puck used in a game. The front has a game and date. The back just says this puck was used in an NHL game, so could technically be from any game. It does not state it is from the game dated on the front. Is it actually that from that game, or has Upper Deck missed a trick? I don't understand Artifacts in general, so I'm out. Louis, I feel, is the same as me, so we'll let Josh answer.
Why did you get the photo here, Louis?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what he's talking about is that the back, like a lot of backs now, the language is getting more general and ambiguous, where what got a lot of people excited about these puck luck cards is that there's the specific game date on the front of the card. So in the case of the Steven Stamkos card, it says it's from a 9/23/20 game versus the Dallas Stars. I think it's just a case of like the lawyers and brand people wanting the backs to be consistent and use consistent language. And I would still have confidence this is a puck from that game, but I do think it's a miss. And I wish Upper Deck would be as specific as humanly possible, and put that again, that the authenticity of the memorabilia is from that date, from that game.
I would just
So
take it off the front. I would take it off the front and just put it in the back.
No, but I like it in the front.
I
It
know.
should be there both. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but I think though that from his question though,
Yeah.
that to have it be consistent in front and back would be a good thing.
Good answer. Next question. Vegas Collector.
Oh, I was just reading something on the card. Sorry.
All good, brother. Next question. Vegas Collector.
Oh,
The next one there.
Mm.
There we go. I'm in need of hobby help. My luck on ripping wax breaks lately has been Buffalo Sabres level futile, and it's been weeks since I found a card I really want for my PC. At least one that's in my Warden-approved budget. That's funny. I've thought about sacrificing a Pinto Young Gun to the hobby gods. Don't you dare. But I can't seem to locate any. Sorry about that. I'm surely at work, and no one seems to understand when I mumble something about Colin Graff. What advice trick for a slump busting guy do you have? I'll go first. Buy the card, man. Buy it. I know it's not as fun as buying wax, but it's the smarter purchase. Don't I don't know. Try and find the healthy balance between both. I don't have a best answer for you. Louis, what do you think?
Buy something else or buy the card. Buy a single. Buy singles.
I think you just needed a vent. You're just going through a bad stretch, brother. You'll get something good, unless you're like Josh, who never gets a good card in a box. Josh, what do you think?
Well, same thing. I'd buy a single, or if we can be a little self-serving, if you really want to open something, buy Reloaded, baby, because I think there's cool cards.
Yeah,
that
buy
are
our
fun.
product. There you go. That's the best answer. Next question. It's freaking Pauly. Barring any crazy things like injuries or off ice, what can be an actual hobby outlook for all these teams with a ton of young players all coming into their own at once? Hawks, Sharks, Habs. Does having 3 to 4 young stars take away from their individual ceiling in the hobby because the money is spread out? Thanks, Phil, for queuing up my question. You're an angel. Oh, thanks, brother.
Do you get these subliminal messaging there?
No. QEUing?
Look at all the capitalized words.
Oh. Barb.
Bar.
Bar.
B. Queuing.
Barb.
Angel.
BQing. Oh, you silly man. So do I have to answer the question still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm most excited to see Utah, Columbus, and the Sharks. That's not what you asked, but I do think if you dump money, I think if the Minnesota Wild dump all their money in a Kaprizov, which they probably will, that will hurt the rest of the team. So I don't think that I do think that affects their potential hobby market because their ceilings will not be met. Louis disagrees. Go ahead, Louis.
No, you're just piling on the Minnesota thing like randomly.
Oh, sorry. I don't. It's a placeholder. It's just a placeholder. You called me last year 1,000. You called me all the time. I don't know, Phil. The rumors are pretty strong about Brady getting traded. I gave you nothing but respect, and I wanted to rip your head off.
There's a big difference. That was fun for me.
And this is not fun for me. It's a placeholder. It's just give me something else to say, and I'll put it in the place. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't even answer the question, right? I was thinking of what teams are going to be great with these young stars, but he's saying, does having 3 or 4 or whatever take away from their individual ceiling?
No, you can answer both.
No, I don't think so. They'll set their own path, man. I don't know. We can talk
one
about
player
it
usually rises to the top, right? And so in all these cases, that'll probably happen. Won't it?
I'm all about the team aspect. A strong team. And everybody makes a few million less, wins the cup. I really think that's the model. All right, base card Tom C from Discord.
1 minute. Go ahead.
It's well documented that the Gongers don't love sticker autos. Correct. I loathe them. But what about sticker numbers? I know most of us aren't hunting for numbered cards, but it always bugs me when I see the numbering done with a sticker rather than an on-card print. I agree. I'm not a fan.
But
Josh has a good answer.
But
they're not applied by sticker because I've asked Upper Deck this because I detest it. Mm-hmm. It bugs me greatly. And I think it comes down to a newer or newish vendor that prints the cards, and it's a film that they put down before they stamp the logo into the card, and I just don't like it. It's that little like rectangular thing behind the numbering that looks like a sticker.
There's your answer. Next question. Big time Ed Lister. Big donator to Rip Party. Yes, boy, Ed.
Thank you.
Hello, guys. When you come to the Toronto Expo in the fall, will you be bringing any Gongshow merchandise with you that we can buy so we can skip the shipping or stock up Phil so the shipping is cheaper for the Canadian crew? I'll say I don't want my house to be a merchandise inventory. So I can't wait for anything and everything for these boys to bring all the merch up with them. So, yeah.
We'll see if we can. We probably will bring some. We don't have a lot left. We're planning another merch drop. Whoa.
Keep going.
I just need a minute. Whew. Cool off. We're planning another merch drop, hopefully before around Christmas time. We have had a few people ask us if we're bringing it to Saskatoon. We are not, because we are flying, and we're already a little bit in, like, I would say on the panic meter, we're at about a solid 2.5 about if we're going to bring all the stuff we have to bring in the first place. It's getting...
Get rid of the bubble hockey table, Louis.
Can't do that. Come on, Phil. Priorities in life, dude.
Oh, that ain't coming this next time.
Yeah, Louis, you said that last time, but somehow it made it in the damn minivan. You got to make sure.
That was the first time that he wanted to bring it. We made it work. It's not working this time. I guarantee it.
Okay, good.
Taking it apart and moving it in and out of my house was probably the number one reason why Louis doesn't want to do it. It was a pain.
All right. Next
Whatever.
question. Next question. JT Hockey. Now that we've had a few years of extended series with 30 young guns and 20 first-round rookies, what do you think of the configuration? Keep it, go back to the old way, or try something new for the last 20 cards? In general, less is more. I like smaller packs and less configs.
Work.
My answer. Louis, what do you think?
Sounds great.
Josh?
I like that they went down to 30 young guns. There's no way you can do 150 in a year. I'm not a fan of the first round draft picks. What I would love to see them do is maybe try something for 2 years, and then if it's not like a win, then just experiment there and try something new, and eventually you might hit on something. But I don't like draft day portrait like in my jeans.
Ditto.
That doesn't do it for me.
Sure.
Discord, next question. PSA 0, Pop 1. Hey, fellas, let me preface this by saying, obviously, we always want our cards to be pristine 10s across the board, but that's not financially feasible for certain cards. So when it comes to the 5 categories, registration, centering, edges, corners, and surfaces, what is your personal order of importance? Also, for each one, what is the absolute minimum you'd be willing to accept? So he gave an example of must be 55-45 centering, 65-40 centering. I'll go first. Centering, corners, and color saturation. I know I just added that in there.
Mm-hmm.
I need it to pass the Phil eye test. It's got to pop. It's got to speak to me. Every card is printed a little bit differently, right? Not really, but kind of, especially vintage cards. I also like a weird thing. On older vintage cards, I like a good tilt to the card. And a lot of people don't. So a tilt would be the registration's good, the corners are good, but the image on the square cardboard, rectangle cardboard, has a bit of a left to tilt or right tilt. And I find that gives a nice charm to the card, especially to my vintage cards. I have a few Gretzky's that would not be graded well because they're kind of like, they look crooked, but they're well centered, like it's they're nice cards. So I don't mind a good tilt. I will not buy a card that's more than 55-45 off centered. That really bothers me. It really bothers me because as soon as I flip a page, I see it right away. What do you think, Louis?
Exactly. Centering's number one for me. And like you said, I'm a 55-45 if I'm going to buy the card. Then I go corners, edges, and surface.
Joshua?
I put centering, registration, corners, surface, and then edges. And just like you, Phil, overall eye appeal is what's most important.
That's number one, I think, for all three of us is eye appeal. If the card speaks to us, we buy it.
Yeah.
Then we break it down why.
And that gives like leniency for certain flaws that you can live with.
Instagram, French Canadian hockey cards. I've spent almost an hour searching for the checklist of the 2002, 2003 Parker Style Original 6 autos. Do you have? Well, I was near the St. Lawrence, so I met a lot of French people this weekend. Do you have an idea what the set name is so I can find the right checklist? I don't know. Louis, do you know?
Oh, I left it blank. Take Josh's answer.
There you go, Josh.
So 2003 Parkhurst Original 6 Premier Limited Edition hockey set. I think you can find the checklist for all the original 6 teams. They might be individual on TCDB.
Good answer. Next question. Let's go Blues cards. You're lucky you have an S at the end of that blue word. Question for Phil. Considering joining the Top Loader Binder gang, well, we do have open registration. I hope you pass the tests. Is there a particular brand you recommend? Thank you all. Appreciate what you guys are doing and how much work goes into it. Suck it, Trebek. The best part of that was we also appreciate your comment and your admiration. Thank you very much. So my go-to is Fun Guys on Amazon. I believe it's Louis as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best bang for your buck. They have the 4-page windows that I really like available. Some brands don't. I personally like those binders better. They're a little more compact and nice to carry around. But you can search also for leather-bound ones. Not really on Amazon. There's a company called Gem Loader in Australia. I can say this comfortably. They are so massively overpriced, and I don't mean the shipping because they're leather, they're bound, they're handcrafted. I don't need that kind of prestige in my collection. So the fun guys on Amazon, I'd say better than average quality, very reasonable price, and it suits my needs very well. And I have some pretty expensive cards in there, and it doesn't make me nervous.
Never knew you were such a big fan of mushrooms.
I love boomers. Yeah, I'm a fun guy. Yeah.
I love
All right. Next question. Okay, Mama 2021. Do you guys? Oh, it's a two-part question. Do you guys never read? Well, Louis can't, so that's not very fair.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you guys never only read the back of your cards or read all the time? I always read the cards. I always read the back, and I read it again and again and again every time I grab a card. I don't know if it's from my childhood, but I find it gives the card depth and substance. Louis?
Just a quick look, read it, move on.
Josh?
Never read it.
Yeah, because you're a jerk. Okay, second part question. What do you think is the realistic? Oh, nice. What do you think the realistic high for that Fantilli gold outburst will go for? I say 15K. Josh?
10K USD.
Okay, so we're the same. Louis?
12.5.
Yeah, we're all around the same.
Yeah.
We're all around the same. I can't wait.
Less
though.
than it
Very
probably
excited.
should. Would you say that? Like that compared to like guys like Hudson or Salbrini or Bedard with more hype?
It should
I don't know.
sell
He
for
could-
more than
Fantilli
like
could be
a
better.
Lane Hudson. Sorry.
It's okay. Fantilli could be better than all of them and still
I'm
have a
not saying
lower
that.
hobby market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What were you gonna say, Louis?
I shouldn't say it should. I want it to sell for more than the Shimmy Shakes.
You know what I
It
really
should.
want? I want an Adam Fantilli collector to get that card. I know that's cheesy and after school special sounding, but I really want that. I want a very big player collect to get a big gold outburst and be loud about it. And if you don't want to be loud about it, just DM me. I'll be loud for you. Next question. Ripper Magoo. Who out?
No.
No, it was a second. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Second question. No, Cardsa. Sorry. Are you less likely to collect a star player from your team if their rookie cards are from a different team? I would never. I do not. I love Dylan Cousins. Not interested in any of his Buffalo Sabres cards. None. Zero. Zilch. Louis?
Nope.
Ditto. Yeah. Josh?
Yeah, it's a turn off for me.
Yeah. We're all pretty loyal to our team,
Similar.
guys. Discord. Ripper Magoo. Who out of the active three and the honorary founder, Troy? Aw. I miss Troy. Is going to drop the most money on Flair Hockey when it finally makes its return. And when are we supposed to get UD Black? I say Josh. Louis, what do you say?
Josh.
Yeah. Josh, what do you say?
Wave of the future. I'm all in.
Yeah, wave of the future. Anyways, next question.
You can put it
Swifto
right with
Jr.
You can put it right with his EX 2000.
There you go. Yeah,
Love it.
good predictor of successful hockey series.
Haters gonna hate.
Hey, boys. The ghost of Lord Stanley visits you in the night and guarantees you a Stanley Cup for your team. Unfortunately, only one team can win a year, so Louis has to pick which baby to save. The trade-off is that you have to shave Phil's stash off. An easier task for Phil than the others. Who's taking Lord Stanley up on his offer? Boys, you shave my mustache off?
What? I don't get it.
It's okay. Josh?
Well, I think now is a good time for honesty. Phil, the truth always
Do you want me to
sets
take
you
it off?
free.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a prop. He glues it on.
Mm-hmm.
For the Wild to win a Stanley Cup, I would tie you down and shave your mustache off. Have you considered shaving
let
your
you.
mustache off in like the last year? I mean, do you see yourself doing that anytime soon?
No, I think it's here for this day. Well, remember, I did it last year. I clipped it. I had to shave it
Yeah.
all off. But yeah. No,
But it would
my
grow
biggest...
back in like a half hour, wouldn't it?
It makes me feel Greek. That's why I like my mustache. It makes me feel very Greek. I look like a typical middle-aged, hairy, little bald Greek man. I love
Honest
it.
answer though, so you shave it off bald today.
Yeah.
How long is it before it's big and bushy like it is now?
A month.
Oh, okay. So I mean, it's not that long.
No, I don't get... Josh, if you... how happy would you and Louis be if the Minnesota Wild won a Stanley Cup? There's no pinning me down, bro. I'll give you the razor. Shave it up.
Like
All
this right here is like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. So I dry shaved last night, and I already got a.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't doesn't seem to want to migrate here, but I think I'd be kind of, even if they came out with a pill to grow hair, I would do it to see what it looks like. But I haven't paid for a haircut since I've been 21 years old. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, next question. Crosby's card donations. Has Upper Deck always placed hits at specific parts of packs so when you open one, you know when it's coming? Wouldn't it be fun if they were all mixed up all over the place for breakers? Couldn't do a slow reveal and had to check every card? I think Josh answers the question correctly.
Yes, it would be more fun, Crosby card donations, but I think they do that, and they particularly put them in the middle of the pack as an attempt to protect them from damage.
Good answer. Next question. Cracking some cards. Should card manufacturers be fully transparent when it comes to print runs of cards and especially inserts when a set is released, eh? Or would this just destroy the values of the cards? For example, how many Connor McDavid Young Guns would actually be printed and inserted in packs designated for E-Pack and held for damage replacements? I would truly like to know the true print runs on clear cut and silver outburst cards. Phil, would you finally know how many Shane Pinto Young Guns? Oh, Phil would finally know how many Shane Pinto Young Guns he would have to chase. So I've been a little bit more negative than I'd like to be on this entire podcast, and I'll be the very first guy to throw shade at Upper Deck for a silly decision because I love them, and that's what you do. You have good days and bad. I think Upper Deck would be very silly. As much as I would agree with you, they would be very silly to announce print runs. I don't think that would be a good thing. As much as I want that, I'm very okay and understand why they're not. And yeah.
I think what they would do is they would serial number every card, and then every card would be serial numbered, and it would get old. I actually like the variety. I love how, like, for example, with Young Guns acetates, nobody really knows how many they are, but there's very few. Or my 2016 O-Pee-Chees. I also love the fact that, like, with liquid golds, like in Slab Sharks, I was pretty bummed that I didn't win the Sidney Crosby. And it is ratioed. It's tough, but you look at, like, the sales reports, and there's only been 3 sales since last fall, right?
That's
and it's like, yes. Last spring I meant. But when it came out. So you have, like, I think a good mix. You have serial numbered cards. You have very short printed cards that we don't even know how many there are. And then we have ratioed ones where it's kind of the in-between. You get a hint of how many there are.
Yeah.
But then ultimately you have to go and look at it, kind of judge for yourself how common these really are by seeing, it's like, well, people are saying this is a super short print, but there's been 14 that have sold in the past 2 weeks. So I'm not buying that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the mix of all the variety.
I overall agree with everything you said. I like not knowing. It's fun to, like, throw the hands up, like, how many acetates are there? We don't know. It's a great bit. It's fun to be ongoing. I have 15 Brady Tkachuk acetates. I have no idea how many there are, but I've tracked down 23 of them. So what's the print run? 25? It's not 23. That'd be weird.
50
right?
maybe? I don't know.
But it's fun. I'm very okay living the rest of my life never knowing the answer to that question. It's good. Okay, next question.
I concur.
Oh, thanks, Louis.
Oh, wait. Can I throw one quick thing back onto that, too?
Nope, we moved on. Nope.
Sorry, I want to say this. In an era where we no longer, and we're all old enough to remember having a song stuck in your head and thinking for 2 days, what was the name of that song? And then it hits you, and you do like this weird celebration where you look like an idiot because for 2 days you've been like, what the heck? You've been humming it and it just doesn't come to you. And we never almost get that joy anymore because anything we want to know, we just look up and have the answer 2 seconds later. And so I think mystery, again, it's just, there's fun in that. And we need almost a little bit more in our lives of good mysteries.
Good follow-up, Madigan. Sorry, Bill. I was trying to get to your question, but Josh rudely interrupted. Hey, boys. Long-time listener, first-time caller. That's not your first time. You're on the show last Friday, silly goose. Phil, you stated you don't want a segment where you just air out your grievances about a particular issue, but I feel a segment called What Grinds Phil's Gears could be therapeutic for you and us listeners. Thoughts? I'll hang up now and let you answer. I'm definitely going first. Well, Bill, story time. I originally had my idea with Sylvain way before I even met Josh or Troy at the time. And I wanted to do a YouTube thing that said, what creases my cardboard? Fast forward another year, I'm, floating the idea with Josh, and he thought it was a great idea. And when I was ready for my segment, it wasn't called What Creases My Cardboard. It was called What's Poo on My Shoe. And I don't feel like I had a good start out of the gate. And I'm passionate when I talk, but I'm a very happy person. And people mistake that a lot. So when I'm actually sometimes a little bit upset, I don't come across accurately. So I don't like doing it in a segment. I can go off on a rant regularly, and Josh and Louie let me. So I have a 3-hour opportunity to rant and rave. I know what you mean, though, man. I know what you mean, but I'm trying to internalize a lot and buck up and just go through. Right, everything pisses me off. So,
well, what I've thought about, because it was very popular, and we love to please people, but by having it be a regular segment, it kind of puts you in the position of, I'm not saying forcing you, but forcing you to think of something negative versus letting it just come. And we don't want to do that.
Josh and Louie know, like if I don't know, like if I need to vent for 5 minutes and I call Josh on a Tuesday, I don't bring it up again. And I don't feel good after that. And that's just 5 minutes. I don't want to like rehearse a segment, type it out, try and practice. I don't want to be in
those
that
are best organic, right? Like your whole, like when you exploded on, I think it all started after you went off on Danny Heatley. And that's where but you can't replicate that.
Yeah, I'm really passionate, man. I'm actually not like, it takes a lot for me to get really upset about something. It really does. Like that eBay story or Upper Deck making silly decisions. My sleep's not affected at all. Waits at the bank? Yeah, I'm annoyed. I got a lot to say about that. Okay, next question. Jeremy Catton 6. What is the biggest mistake made by Upper Deck in the last 10 years? Oh, man, you're just putting me in all these spots.
Well, I'm just shocked that I'm just reading our notes. We all have the same answer.
Yeah? I don't know. Do we?
We do. Yeah, so just go ahead, Phil.
Oh, my glasses. Oh, okay. Well, Louie, go first.
Louie, go first.
He's trying. He's talking. Oh, yeah.
It's very interesting.
I see the mouth moving. I see it.
23-24. Upper Deck Series 2. But I will say I don't know who to blame for sure. Well, all right, just don't want to say it, but
I will. Do you want me to say it, Josh, or are you going to say it? You go first. I'll end with the bang.
I don't know who to blame. I think, well, ultimately, Upper Deck is going to take the bullets for, and they should, if they didn't, they should now, I would hope, have protections in place to prevent that from happening. And why I think it was such a big mistake is it's a huge missed opportunity that could have done so much to grow the hobby, that release, because for years people were waiting for it. And I've never even bought a box. It was just so ridiculously priced that, and maybe they would say that, well, we got the financial win, but I think like I said, I think it was just a major big missed opportunity.
It's a major hit. Not a lot of people talk about it, but everybody remembers it. Just the fact that the three of us answered the same. There's a lot of years to make decisions. We don't pick the same thing. So, I agree. 23-24 Series 2. It flat out just wasn't cool, man. I don't know not from a business standpoint, not from a consumer not from any standpoint. Really not cool. And I mean, I'm on a heater this episode. Why not keep going? I guess I in my older age, I've realized a lot of decisions like this are made on a golf course with a lot of leaders in their respective fields. They go out for a golf game, hash out a plan. I get it. How can we squeeze this to get the most juice? I totally get it. But our hockey community is small. It's small and it's passionate, and charging over 300% than the norm. That's not good business, man. That's gouging, and that's very blatantly transparent. And I purposely, willfully ignore that because it gets me up. That's is something I get angry about.
Yeah.
And that has nothing to do with me. I choose not to buy it. I'm voting with my wallet. But Jake Sanderson's Gold Outburst is in that set. No one's ever going to get that card. Have they even sold half? Has half the inventory even been sold?
But that's what you'd want, like if you're a free market person, right? That company A can charge whatever they want, and if it's too much, the consumers shouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
So the perfect response from consumers would have been not to buy it.
And I voted with my wallet, but I'm pretty close to voting. So I know 2 LCSs that will sell that at cost. That they have so much at cost. Like just break them even. I'm waiting till they're willing to take a hit. You bend me over, I'm going to bend you over.
Well, let me know when they do that on the O-Pee-Chee paper too, because that one still irks me.
Oh yeah, that was another big.
I understand. Upper Deck wanted to give a big win to their business partners. I'm going to assume that that's what happened. They had an opportunity in front of them, and they squeezed that juice right out. Right. I don't think you got all the juice you thought you were going to get. Maybe they did. Maybe it was a win. But I do think they recognized it because price points have been moderately reasonable, haven't they? Like, I'm not a big.
I mean,
modern...
it normalized. I mean, I think that, and what that told you is again that people didn't buy it if they didn't sell out. So
and LCSs, listen, they take hits all the time, right? We know they get products that do not sell well. There's not good margin on it. They need it. I get it. I really do. You wanted to give your brick and mortars and your distributors a really big win, a nice payday. So I just think you could have spread it out a little bit, and you would have had a more of return if you thought long term. That's all I'm saying. What do I know? I cut trees down. Okay, next thing. Next question.
Oh, I didn't. Did this come in late?
Cracking
might
some
have.
cards?
Yeah. Just read it.
I'll just read it. I'll read it slowly. With the upcoming release of 25-26 Upper Deck Series 1 coming out soon, and that is with the 25th year with the released Young Gun set. No kidding. I didn't know that. That's awesome. What do you believe were the best and worst releases? Well, 2002, 2003 is my favorite year. That's my answer. And it's Josh's worst year. So it's funny.
I like 05. I'm good with 0506, 0304, 0102, and the bad is 0203, 1011, 2021.
Such a jerk. Go ahead, Josh.
So I don't love 2002, 2008, and 2009. The best for me will always be 1990.
That's just a given, yeah.
And then I really like 2013, and oddly 2021. I think that's a very clean with the young guns going up the side like Cole Caulfield.
Oh, Pinto's here. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Good job, Phil.
I see that a lot. So we're all done. No more questions.
No.
Good job by you.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Personal pickups. What do you got, Phil?
Nothing.
Wow. I've been waiting for this. This was a fun. Baba Louie has one, and we know that.
What? Not what you think it is, probably.
Oh, you didn't put that one.
Who gave you? What card did you get given this week, Louis?
Nothing.
That'll save for future date, I guess.
There's not. Okay, I don't even know what it is.
No, I didn't. You know where I'm at. I'm not buying cards, so I had my Comp C shipped to me, so I would have some cards to show for the next month or two.
Where are they?
Well, I just picked one. I did grab this 2021.
So you do have a card. Oh, I'm so confused.
SP, I don't know, still is it the signature Legends Madonna? It's the acetate one though.
Yeah. Awesome card.
I love it.
Awesome card.
Yeah, I'll give you a little hint, Phil, without giving away, so you are caught up what I'm talking about.
He knows.
Me and Louis each opened up a box this weekend, and Louis hit a big card. I got nothing. And so maybe.
I actually forgot about that. I just didn't realize. Yeah, why aren't you don't want to show that? Should I stop talking about that?
Maybe.
At some point. On his own terms.
Yeah.
I don't have anything because we've been really busy, and I'm stocking up money for Saskatoon this week. Yeah.
I know.
What time are you guys getting in late, eh?
Yeah, like 9:30 p.m. You got to pick us up. We're going to have a lot of luggage. So
that's right. He's putting me. He needs my driver's. I don't want to drive. I don't want responsibility.
You're
I want
the
to
driver.
And dance in the clouds for 5 days.
Your turn.
Hey, Phil.
What?
You have fun?
No. I did. No, I feel like it was a little negative this episode. I don't know. I didn't get a good sleep last night, so maybe that was it. I apologize to the good listener if
You're
I wasn't
Mr. Party
checking.
guy on the weekends now, so you gotta.
I'm not. I didn't. Staying up late is not partying. It just means you're busy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Happens.
happens.
If you like the show, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, want to chat with us every day on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our out of 999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, our Instagram profile, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or you go to Patreon's website, patreon.com, and search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We're on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Baba Louie, take us out, buddy.
Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dripping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say the MINTINK show.
I got a little package.